sir. Hello.
Namo Namaha, Suswagatam. A very good morning to all. I, Sonal Surve, along with my co-host Shima Pradhan, would like to welcome you all to Industry Institute Partnership Summit 2022.
Let's start the day with a positive note. I would like to quote Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes us great.
So as you all know, Bharati Vidyapit is a 58-year-old private deemed-to-be university established in 1964 by a respected politician and educationist Patangrao Kadamji. Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development Pune, established by Bharati Vidyapit in 1978, is one of the premier B schools in India. So, as you all know, we are gathered here for Industry Institute Partnership Summit 2022. I would like to request my host Shima to brief us a little about IIPS.
The IIPS is an annual event organized by IMED that endeavors to bring on a common platform, the corporate and the academic world, to felicitate and honor corporate managers and academicians for contributing to India Incorporated, and to contemplate on contemporary issues vexing management education. IIPS compels both the entities to constantly redefine the very nature and the relationship of mutual benefits. IIPS is awarded wide publicity and covered by leading newspapers. IIPS also focuses on commemorating and recognizing the contribution of corporate managers for the growth of business as also for the cause of management education. Deliberating on contemporary issues affecting industry-institute interface.
I would now like to invite the man because of whom we have got this amazing platform to learn, to grow and to evolve. A man with more than 30 years of administrative experience and several feathers in his hat. A man who never fails to motivate us all. Dean FMS BVDU, Director IMED Pune, Dr. Sachin S. Vednekar. Sir, we would love to hear you.
Good morning. Good morning. How is the Josh? How is the Josh? That's great. It's a sunny day. My organizing team was very much worried because they have been working for the last 6 months to organize this particular event, which is a unique event organized by IIMD only in India. The way it is organized, Industry Institute Partnership Summits are organized by every institute. But the way it is organized, it is unique to IIMD in India. We invite the corporates, the CEOs, MD, HR managers. We ensure that there is an interaction between the academicians and these corporates. The skill gap between what industry expects and what institutions offer. This skill gap we try to find out through the panel discussion, through the interaction that is being held. And IIPS is being organized by IIMD since 2012. It's been 10 years now. I used to have Guru Vandana, same type of function, when I was in charge of Delhi campus for 11 years from 2001 till 2011. And through this one event, sir, Sarkar sir, Roy sir, will be happy. Through this one event, we have developed rapport with more than 400 companies. And of these 400 companies, 150 plus participate in off-campus, on-campus placements of ours. They do mentoring to our students. They are part of our BOS, that is Board of Studies. We ensure that the syllabus, the curriculum that is developed is looked at by them. We also have an entrepreneurship development cell, which is again taken care by 2 faculty members, and there are 7 successful entrepreneurs. I know how hard pressed you are for the time, Sarkar sir, Roy sir. I've interacted with them, but we have the mentoring for the budding entrepreneurs through these 7 successful entrepreneurs online. From idea generation to concept development to product launching, all the help that is being given to them. So there are many things that IIMD is doing, and this is the unique event. And this is the most awaited event of IIMD. We do have the campus life of the students, which generally students ask 2 things whenever they are seeking admissions. The first thing is, sir, क्या package है? आप कितना package देते हैं? What is the placement? And the second is, sir, what is the campus life? आपके यहाँ फेस्ट होता है? आपके यहाँ स्पोर्ट्स मीट है? आपके यहाँ मेंटरिंग है? ग्राउंड है? These are the things. Am I correct? And I am very glad Bharati Vidyapit, 180 institutions. Please give a big hand to Avinash Dalalji as well. Sir, आराम से. सर अभी शुरुआत की है, आप ही की राह देख रहे थे हम. I was waiting, we were all waiting for all the 3 big personalities. I would like you all to give a standing ovation to all the 3 great personalities here. Big round of applause. Please be seated. We have Surajit Roy sir, is a managing director and CEO, IIPS Bank. IIPS Intech, yeah. And Dr. Anirban Sargasso and Avinash Dalalji is advisor to the governor, Government of Maharashtra. He's been on different boards. See, I have had 15 to 20 minutes interaction with Sarkarji, Royji, Avinash Dalalji last meeting when you visited us. We had 2 hours discussion. These are great personalities. You are very lucky today. They are the human laboratories. 15 to 20 minutes I had interaction. I tell you, it was a lifetime learning for me. The kind of experience they have, the journey they have had, and the experience that they shared with me, it's a great learning for me. When they will be talking to you, addressing you, you will understand how great people they are. And they have spared their valuable time for you. And it's our duty to listen to them very carefully, ensure that the panel discussion is successful. We ask good questions so that it will be a great learning experience for all of us. Because generally, we have been talking about brain drain. Everybody who goes to America, US with a dream doesn't come back. Sarkarji, he had a great job there, though. He had Volvo. He came back to India. He has become a successful entrepreneur with 3,000 crore turnover. He is into many things. And such a great entrepreneur, down to earth, is with us. Similarly, Roy sir. And today it is Rasagulla Day. Rasagulla Day in the sense, 2 Bengalis we have with us. And I like Babu Moshai, Rasagulla. I have many Bengali friends. I do enjoy. I keep going to Kokotha. I do enjoy. It was really great learning experience. Avinash Dalalji, I guess we have. Even Roy sir, the way he has developed, and they are into bridging the skill gap. The great thing about this great personality is Avinash Dalalji, Roy sir, or Sarkar sir. They are trying to bridge the skill gap between what industry expects and what institutions offer. Even IDBI, they are offering certificate courses to bridge the skill gap. Avinash Dalal sir has been in the Chamber of Industry, all industry bodies, a great person, and he in fact called us, I want to help your institution. And that's the reason they are the great. Instead of we approaching them, inviting them, these are the great people and who are trying to make you all industry ready, the billable talent. And we are not trying to just get you the placements. We are trying to make you entrepreneurs, job creators. Generally it says if you can take Indians out of India, but you cannot take India out of India. The best example is Sargasso. Give a big hand to him. Roy sir also, the way he has been leading this IDBI and the kind of experience and the dream and the vision that he has, I am reminded of our Sahib. Dr. Patangraoji Kadam Dalal sir, at the age of 19 he started Bharati Vidyapit. At the age of 19. And when he started Bharati Vidyapit in 1964, he dreamed of a university. Can you imagine? He had said Bharati Vidyapit one day will become a university. And 1996 was the year of crowning glory for Bharati Vidyapit. 12 institutions of Bharati Vidyapit were declared to be the deemed to be universities because of the excellence we achieved. And today we have 29 institutions under Bharati Vidyapit deemed to be university, which is A+ by NAC, A grade by the UGC, and one of the top 100 universities in India. And today we are running, the Bharati Vidyapit is running 180 institutions, 90 schools, and 90 higher education institutions. I'm backed by bank. I'm also one of the directors in Bharati Bank. There are 29 branches of Bharati Scheduled Bank. There are spinning factories, spinning mill, sugar factories. We are generating a lot of employment. A lot of things are being done. A great visionary leader, Dr. Patangraoji Kadam. And our Chancellor, President Chancellor, Dr. Shivaji Raoji Kadam, Honorable Secretary, Dr. Vishwajit Jindal Kadam, is the former minister in government of Maharashtra. They are really great. It's all student-centered, students-driven. If I ask for 10 computers, they say, why not 100? But please make sure that all 100 are used. This kind of philosophy they have. And the way IMED, coming to IMED, our alumni, they have defined IMED as I am emotionally dedicated. And I call, my definition is I am executive director. I tell my students, your IMEDs means you are executive director, you are here to order me, and me and my team, we are here, working very, very hard to ensure that your journey in IMED for 2 years, 3 years, we are running MBA, MCA, BBA, BPM in collaboration with TCS and BCA. These are the different programs. We also have distance education. Our placements are 100%. Even in the pandemic last 2 years, we immediately shifted to digital hub. We immediately shifted to online learning and hybrid approach. We ensured that our examinations are held in time, placements are in time, admissions are in. One of the very few universities, let me tell you very proudly, we had admissions in time, examinations in time, examination results in time, and of course placements in time. Every student who opted for placement, अरे बद्दा है और जोर से बद्दा है. Every student who is opting we ensure that they are blessed. Because I know today, if you are well placed, you feel blessed, otherwise you are stressed. And we do not want our students to be stressed. And that's the reason why we always ensure not only placements, we also focus on entrepreneurship. We have a mentoring program, we have 7-tier feedback system. We ensure that every faculty coordinator is talking to the students, getting the feedback. Program director. We have stock analysis. When they are getting admitted, we have to do the stock analysis. We find out what are the areas they are weak in, and we accordingly give the inputs to them. So every effort is being made to ensure holistic development of our students. We have sports activities. Our students are representing national, international level in sports as well. Our students are representing in off-campus intercollegiate, whether it is IIM Bangalore or IIM Indore. They got their prizes. We ensure that our students are everywhere. And that's even in the hackathon, smart hackathon, right? Organized by AICTE, our team was one of the top 25 teams at the national level whose idea was selected. They need to work on that and they have to come up with different concepts. So in all the areas, we have IMAC. This is something unique to IMD again. Organizational behavior, operations, management, OB, languages. Having learned this, at times they get bored, sir. So once in a week, we have on Fridays, we have IMAC, that is IMD Music and Art Club. wherein every bathroom singer comes out and tries to be a good singer. So we have singing, we allow them to play the instruments. So we have a lot of things that are happening. यदि कोई चाहता है कि उसकी पर्सनालिटी बने, जैसे यहाँ पे जो टॉप ग्रेट पर्सनालिटीज वी हैव, यदि ये IIPD है जो आपको मौके दे रही है, we are trying to give every platform to them. And I tell you, sir, a student who is admitted at the age of 20 in BBA 1, in just 6 months, you will find him coming here, addressing the gathering, and so confident. The way they organize the fest, look at the smart guys here. So give a big hand to all the students of IIPD. We believe in give to the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you. We always believe in this philosophy, and IIPD. I've been Bharati Vidyapeeth. I don't allow my students to introduce and spend more time on introducing me. They simply say 30 plus experience. 30 plus is a good number. Even if you are 70-year-old, it's always good to say 30 plus. You know, Jitendra, when 30 plus tablets were launched, Jitendra was the brand ambassador. And he was asked, why? Even now, 80 plus, he is looking young. So always 30 plus is good. यदि वो कहेगी सर को 40 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, सब लोग देखेंगे कोई बुढ़ा आ गया। So we are always, सरकार सर ने कहा, रॉय सर ने कहा, हम बच्चों में इसलिए जाते हैं, कॉलेजेस में इसलिए जाते हैं, ताकि हम यंग फील करें। And that's the secret. And जैसे ये लोग आ गए मेरे चेंबर में, मेरे केबिन में, पूरी पॉजिटिव एनर्जी वैसे भी मेरे केबिन में बहुत है। भोलेनाथ वहाँ पे है, और भोलेनाथ बहुत ख्याल रखते हैं मेरा और सबका। तो जैसे वो आ गए और एनर्जी है। और यहाँ पे भी देखिए, एवरीबडी स्माइलिंग, स्माइल है ना, एवरीबडी स्माइलिंग, एंड दैट इज अ नेचुरल स्माइल। मेरे कहने की वजह से नहीं है, इंटरनल मार्क्स की वजह से ये अटेंडेंस नहीं है, ये इंटरनल मार्क्स की वजह से स्माइल नहीं है सर। हम कोई कभी भी नहीं डराते बच्चों। एंड आवर फीडबैक सिस्टम आल्सो सो ट्रांसपेरेंट। I tell them don't sign. Simply tell me the feedback. How is your director doing? What kind of inputs you are getting? So there is a lot of freedom to the students, and that's the reason why IIPD is mini India. So you name the state, we have the students. You name the state. That is why I call IIPD as mini India. And the Honorable Dr. Patangrao Ji Kadam wanted, the reason why Bharati name is given, he wanted Bharati Vidyapeeth to be a representative sample of great India. And we do follow in IIPD the Indian principles that we have, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world. Because our alumni is every part of the world. You name the city, my alumni is there, sir. I have chapters in US, UK, in Australia as well. We have chapters, we have students, and these students are helping me today build the brand. IIMs and IITs are today because of the IA. He is also alumni, and the way he has been organizing various events. Chetan Anand is a big personality, big name now in media as well. So we have such great people. अभी वो आ गए इसलिए उनका नाम लिया. सब great personalities यहाँ बैठे हैं, उनकी introduction होगी. And today I do understand, I feel sorry that we will not be able to listen to Sarkar Ji, Roy Sir for hours together, because we have felicitation of 50 plus corporates, the HR managers, the great people who have made contribution to management education. These are the people who are getting felicitated today, who have made contribution to management education. They are mentoring our students, they are coming for our placements, they are helping us in management development, they are helping us in skill development. Even we have a NGO here in organ donation. We had a big lecture and we are trying to create awareness about this. Our social club is also doing. So there are a lot of things. I can just keep on talking for next 2-3 hours about what we are doing. So that's so much time I don't have. That is why I'm a little fast. I just want you all to know, you are in a place, you are in such an auditorium, you are in such an institution where we value Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Atiti Devo Bhava, and very important, what? What? Namaste. And the whole world, from President of America to the president of the prime ministers of various countries, including France, they started saying namaste in the pandemic. So everybody realized what Indian value system is, how great it is. Now everybody, they are naming it power yoga or beer yoga or some different prefix and suffix, but they are doing yoga now. For peace, everybody is coming to India, and for peace, P-I-E-C-E. There are many places, but for peace, P-E-A-C-E, it is only India. And we Indians have a great IQ. Examples are here, examples are there in the front 2 rows. Intelligent quotient. We Indians have great emotional quotient. Narayan Murthy, Ratan Tata, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Now you go to Delhi, beautiful statue of you. My friend has sent me the photograph because he knows, because I follow Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I'm a great follower of him. His ideology and all. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं किसी को आके I simply want everybody to contribute meaningfully to the country. So we have these great personalities, and everybody has realized today India has great things to offer. So when I just want to share one thing with you, our Indian value system, not only yoga and many things. सर ने मुझे सरकार सर ने कहा वो उनसे आप सुनने में मजा आएगा. Russians are generally orthodox. That's what he told me. और Russian guy came here in India, stayed for 2 years. वो किसी भगवान को नहीं मानते. वहाँ जाकर वो पूजा करने लगा. रशिया में वापस जाने के बाद लोगों ने पूछा ये क्या हुआ? इंडिया. So इंडिया में जो भी आता है पूरा चेंज होके जाता है. And people say we Indians are the best. Let me tell you. You ask a US guy or European guy come and manage our. I'm not asking about Manoj Metro. I am asking them to manage our local trains in Mumbai. वो पागल हो जाएंगे. वो तुरंत भाग जाएंगे. Only Indians. So we Indians have such a great thing, great system. Our IQ is great, EQ is great, our spiritual quotient is great, our competition quotient is great, and very important, our adversity quotient is great, which is proved in the pandemic. So without taking much of your time, it's 10:43 now. I decided to speak only 5 to 10 minutes. My 10 minutes are over. Once again, I request all of you, please give a big hand to all the great personalities here. And one more time, CRC, Mr. Deepak, all the program directors, all the faculty coordinators, the program coordinators, and the entire students community of IIMD who have with a lot of energy. वो मुझे बच्चे कह रहे थे, किसी लड़की ने मुझे कहा, सर ये प्रोग्राम आज 4 बजे तक क्यों नहीं है? अब लंच वगैरह क्यों आ रहे हैं? लंच वगैरह ब्रेक मत रखो, कंटिन्यू 4 बजे तक रखो, हमें बहुत कुछ सुनना है, सही है ना? We are not going to do that by 1:30, and I just have a request to all of you. Faculty आपके साथ है. There is a great, सबने कहा, I also keep on saying, learn, unlearn and relearn. So there are many things you will learn today, many things you will unlearn today, many things you will relearn today. So don't miss this opportunity. Because attendance is compulsory, don't attend. You just come and tell me, sir, I have an appointment with Aishwarya Roy, I have an appointment with Amitabh Bachchan, so kindly allow me, I will allow. But please see to it that you enjoy this event, ask questions, let there be, they have spent their valuable time, and I must get an excellent feedback about you, the students, and the faculty members as well. Right? So all the best to all of you. Give a big hand to CRC, Mr. Deepak and the entire team. Thank you all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would now like to request sir to felicitate our guests. Mr. Surojit Roy, MD and CEO IDBI Intech Limited. Dr. Anirban Sargasso, Chairman and Director, Deccan Water Treatment Private Limited. And our honorable guest, Dr. Avinash Dalal.
Excuse me, if I am audible. Sir, channel has come here. Top news. 4.5 crore people are watching this event. Right? Give a big hand to.
I would now like to request the dignitaries on dais to inaugurate the event. I would now like to request the dignitaries on the dais to inaugurate the event by lighting the lamp.
I would now like to request Deepak sir to introduce our honorable guests.
Good morning, all of you. A bit nervous here. I was given the job of introducing three great personalities here. Sir has already explained all the details about the sir, but it's my job to introduce each one of them before they come and speak to you. It's my privilege and honor to introduce three stalwarts here who have excelled in their own careers, in their different domains, and then they are making a mark in the global industry right now. All the three guests have excelled in their careers. One is an global IT stalwart. The second one is a successful entrepreneur who's come from a humble beginning and heading a group of companies which has a turnover of more than 3,000 crore. And the last one is a social entrepreneur and academician plus a vocal supporter of the MSME Association across India. Right? To introduce the first guest today, our Honorable Surjit Roy sir. Surjit Roy sir is the Managing Director and CEO of IDBI Tech. He is a millennial digital business leader with over 25 years of experience in driving stimulating trajectories of consistent profitable business growth, crafting digital transformation journeys by integrating disruptive technologies along with effective collaboration and agile execution in swiftly evolving world of banking, financial and services industry. Sir has featured in many worldwide publications, notably being featured as a business icon in Forbes India magazine in May 2021. Then he was featured as an inspiring CEO in Economic Times in July 2021 and July 2022 also. He was also featured as the most successful leader to follow in CIO View and CIO Look United States magazines. As a leader, Roy sir believes success is to create enablers for others to grow. He creates for a cohesive, collaborative environment to maximize the strengths of individuals for a common goal. His vision for a robust economic growth of the nation is development of its human capital and evolving human asset. Right? IDBI Intech under his leadership is working actively in the development of human capital by bridging the gap between industry and academia. Continued collaboration effort between industry, academia and intellectuals for skill development, skill enhancement of our youth will ensure widespread economic growth. Roy sir is not new to Pune. He graduated from Pune University, he did his engineering from Pune University, and he started his career, corporate career from Pune itself. So Pune is not new to him. Welcome sir to BVP and IIMD today, and we are honored and privileged to have you in this summit, which even includes a galaxy of other guests also. We are all eager to hear you, sir.
I want to take one more name. Let's go. She is working with the work of listening, right? Good morning. I can see the vibration of energy here, you know. It actually gives me that I am actually sitting in one of your places in this audience, you know. And when we were, you know, students, we didn't have so much opportunity, to be honest with you, you know. And we always felt that, you know, industry and academia should work very closely because it is this youth who will build our nation. People go abroad, you know. Most of us in our generations have moved abroad. But the fact remains is that the intellectuals are all Indians. You see today the people who moved abroad for more than 2 decades are actually the top Indians who are actually going to dominate. We became the 5th largest economy in the world, you know, beating UK. In digital transaction, when we went into the pandemic, we are the #1 digital transaction in the world, doing 25.6 billion transactions, kind of a thing. So we have beaten China and US in this digital transaction. People talk about digital, but we make it happen in India. What I wanted to say is that all of you youth are the human capital here. You know, people have to realize there are a lot of assets and human capital is an evolving asset for us. If we are able to skill you people and the industry is coming forward, and we believe that the gap between the people who are learning here and the gap when they come to the institute, there is a gap. And if you are able to do that, I think this institute is doing a phenomenal job under the leadership of Dr. here. And I believe that if you are able to skill the people properly, give you ideas what the industry is looking forward for, and we want all the industry people, and we have Mr. Sarkar here and all other dignitaries who are in the industry. You have a partnership with TCS here. We are going to come to your institute to see that how do we bridge the skill gaps. Our objective is that if you are able to bridge the skill gaps by enhancing your skills, what is required from a technological perspective or from a business perspective, I think we are good to go. Today, after so many years, we became the 5th largest economy. I think the responsibility lies on all of us, people sitting here across India, to make sure that we become #1 over the few years. And that is our motto, to become #1. And I don't think the journey is too far off. While there are a lot of miles to cover, and that is where we are trying to see that how do we bridge this. So skill enhancement is something which is more in the technology front, which we are trying to do, where you can develop new age technology disruptive products, which will ensure that your business growth and your trajectory of business growth is disrupted.
Means your growth is disruptive and not a steady flow or a linear growth what you can have. So that is one of the major intentions to see that how the collaborations work between industry and academia. We have already recruited more than 55 management trainees. If you see in India, there is a huge demand for the students right now because we feel that the young youth which is here, are so much of confidence they have, so much of confidence and the conviction, the exposure you guys have, the kind of analytics you guys build on this exposure is mind-boggling. I don't think our previous generation had these exposures, and obviously we took time to build it, but the time taken by you people is going to be disruptive in the sense that it will be non-linear growth, and the entrepreneurs who are here and the corporates who are building the nation. I think that is one of the biggest hallmark of India today. The world is watching us from an angle at every aspect, not only from a technology aspect, from a business aspect, from the human aspect of it, where different aspects of business are growing rapidly. I think that is one of the critical factors which we see, and we will try our best to see that you come up to the speed. So when you are recruited in an industry from your colleges, you spend less time in coping up because you already have those knowledges. We will impart those terminologies and technological skills. You understand the difference? We are not going to teach you on a software basis which you will anyway learn of your thing. We are going to teach you on terminologies and technologies in banking, which as IDBI we are trying to do with a lot of institutes here, which is helping them to bridge those knowledge gaps which you normally take time to cope up when you come to an industry. That is the objective. And with this, I want to end because there is a paucity of time. Wish you all the very best, and we are open for any question, answer, and any support you need. Thank you so much.
We would now request Deepak sir to introduce our next guest.
Thank you, sir, Roy sir, for putting in the collaborative efforts and the skills gap that is there. Definitely, even like we've been telling the students also, after the Bangalore floods, you need to have even a new skill sets in you, like swimming, and then maybe driving a motorcycle, not no motorcycle, but actually swimming through the flooded waters also. That's a new skill set that is required from the student side also. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words.
Just one thing I would like to add. We have signed a MOU with IIPS, and we are going to introduce certificate programs which will fill the gap as far as the skill sets are concerned, particularly in fintech. I think you need to understand that and please join in a big number.
Our second guest, Dr. Anirban Sargasso, is a highly result-oriented, self-motivated and resourceful person. He is experienced in leading and growing all sectors of business to make it a dynamic and progressive organization worth 3,000 crores and more. Possessing excellent communication skills and an ability to establish sustainable and profitable relationship with customers, suppliers and stakeholders, he excels at building and retaining high-performance team by hiring, developing and motivating the skilled person. Dr. Sargasso is the chairman and managing director of Deccan Water Treatment Private Limited, Deccan Technologies LLP, Deccan AV Media Private Limited. He owns the Marathi news channel, which is going live right now, and then he owns the Hair and Care Studio. He is also the president of India Arab Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture. He has produced the Marathi movie Farzan. For your information. So we look forward to watching more of your movies in the later stages, right? Sargasso started his corporate career with Thermax Limited, Pune, and later on worked for Dow Chemicals in the water division. Some of his notable achievements are: he is the only Indian to work on fluoride removal and arsenic removal on membrane technology. He successfully completed a project for fluoride removal from groundwater and make the water potable in Karnataka and Andhra in Uttar Pradesh states. He has indigenously developed packaged sewage treatment plant for recycling of sewage water, which has been widely used by companies like Tata's, LG, JCB, Suzlon Limited and many more. He has received the prestigious Rashtriya Udyog Ratna Award in the year 2006 for outstanding performance in the field of water treatment and affluent recycling. He has also received the prestigious Champion of Change Award in 2021 for outstanding performance in the field of water. He is also, as I said earlier, he is also a member of CII Indo-Africa Project Partnership. Through his entrepreneurial ventures, Sargasso has successfully carried out a lot of work in the Arab countries also. Setting up a solar plant of 100 megawatt capacity in UAE in association with L&T. He has constructed roads along with 4 bridges in Bahrain and UAE. He has also set up water treatment plants in Kuwait in association with Sriram EPC. And now coming to his future projects, for which we should all give him a best of luck. He is working on methanol to convert marine engines from diesel to methanol. He is setting up a 500 megawatt solar plant in Egypt and Jordan in association with First Solar. He is developing 3 new types of fire extinguishers in Decalib Technologies LLP. After a whopping success of the first movie, Farzan, he is currently working on 5 more movies on the life of various Sardars of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Even though we are proud of that, even though you are from West Bengal, you have your roots in Maharashtra, and then we are very proud of you producing Farzan and the future movies also. Right? All in all, we have a multi-faceted personality amongst us, so we are all eager to listen to you and let us know your entrepreneurial career and your future careers also. Thank you, sir.
Morning, everybody. Jai Ganesh. Honorable guests on the dais, honorable faculties. Faculties are honorable because today I am standing in front of you because of my faculties, and I had a great principal during my college. And distinguished guests who are sitting in front. And of course, the students who have organized this program, and Mr. Special thanks to Mr. Deepak. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me here. This is my second time that I am coming to this college. I keep going to a lot of colleges to deliver lectures, and I love going to colleges. That reminds me of my college days. In fact, let me tell you, you are very fortunate that these type of programs are being held. In our times, it was very focused. We had very less industries. I can name also. We had Tatas, Birlas, a few mushrooming companies like Thermax, and a few more companies where everybody had. Walchand Nagar was one. Everybody's dream was we work for Walchand Nagar. Today, Walchand Nagar doesn't even exist. And one more thing I would like to tell you is, I'm a great follower of Dr. Pathanam, and I was very fortunate that I shared the dais once with him. So I consider myself to be very fortunate that I was with a visionary and I follow him. In fact, 64 he started and 65 I was born. So you imagine in 1964 a man with a vision and he has made an empire. So when he can think in 64, I came back from US in 1998. I come from a very conservative family, a Bengali family. Bengalis are known to be good entrepreneurs, they are known as good managers, not good entrepreneurs. I cannot name any good Bengali entrepreneurs. And those who are there are, they are all phased out. So when I came back from US, I was working for Dow. My father, first thing he asked me that, why are you coming back? People want to go to US. But somehow, let me tell you all youngsters that you are going to a country which is not your country. You are always treated as a second-class citizen. And after some time, I'll tell you about my friends who passed out engineering with me in 1987. They went for their MS, they settled down there. Now the problem is, see, when it comes on senior position of promotions, basically they would like a white to be promoted than us. And this is a fact. This has to be accepted. And that is where the whole frustration starts. That is the time neither they can come back
Neither the only alternative is they will stay back because their children are born and brought up there. So my message to all of you all is, India, as Mr. Roy has said, is a very emerging country. Today we are number 5 in the world. We have beaten UK. There are a lot of opportunities in India. And I'm telling you, it is basically when you go to US, when you see US from here or you see the Western world from here, it is a very different picture, and when you go there, it's a different reality. My children have studied abroad, so I know it. In fact, I'm fortunate, my son has come back and he has joined me in business. And I'm telling you, I have traveled the globe. There is no country like India. This is my country. I'm a proud citizen of this country, and I will do what I want in this country. When you are abroad, you have to think twice because you have to follow the law of that country. Second thing is, the opportunities that are there in India is not there anywhere in the world. Let me tell you. You take my example. I came back in '98. I'm a mechanical engineer. Today I have a multi-division. I am into water, I am into solar. We are the leaders in water. We are into water, we are into solar, we are into fire, we are into methanol, we are into hair and care. We have our own channel. We have a multi-division. Now, a lot of people have asked me in this, if you go to YouTube and see my interviews, a lot of people have asked me that you are a mechanical engineer. How come that you are in water, which is chemical? How come you are in solar, which is electrical? How come you are in methanol, which is again chemical? How come you are into hair and care? What is this? See, the bottom line is, as a businessman, I see my revenue model. For you all also, it's very important. See, for you all, I can see a lot of students here. Last time when I interacted, I know that a lot of students, their parents are into business. Whereas we didn't have that opportunity. Our opportunity was either you go for a government service or you join a multinational. When I was interviewed, I am from Jamnalal Bajar. When I was interviewed in campus, I preferred coming to Thermax because I wanted to come to a company where I could perform. I could have joined Tata's, I could have joined L&T, I could have joined Birla's, but I would have been lost in the crowd and I wouldn't have been standing here in front of you. When I was a student like you all, I had a dream that I will not work. I will work to take an experience. Because my family was not into business, so I couldn't take the legacy ahead. My son can take my legacy, but I couldn't. So I had to learn. I had an Indian exposure, I went abroad, I got a good exposure. Let me tell you something. The guy who interviewed me in Thermax, in my campus, was reporting to me after 3 years. That was my rise in Thermax. And that should come in you. Then only you can see something in life. When I left Thermax, I was M5, I was on a management post. When I joined Dow, I degraded myself. I came to an engineer's post. But let me tell you, 92 to 95, I became a manager and I created history in Dow. Dow was Fortune 500, it was number 5. And I was the first non-white regional manager Europe for Dow. I quit the job, came back, started with nothing. Let me tell you. Today I am very proud to tell you, today we are a name. Deccan is a name in Pune, not only in Pune, we work in Middle East, we work in Africa, East and West Africa. And let me share it with you. Recently I came back from Jakarta. We are setting up a factory in Jakarta. So that's the way one should go. You should be a visionary. And you need not go much far. We have a visionary right in front of us. Follow him. You should be a dreamer. You should dream. I'll give you a very good example of my life. I did my engineering from COEP. Rajiv Bajaj is my benchmate. So Rajiv in my time used to come in a standard 2000 car. I don't know how many of you all know standard 2000 because you all have been seeing Mercs throughout now. And I used to come on a cycle because I come from a very middle class family. And our time we had Maruti, we had Fiat, we had ambassadors, we had standard cars. And I'm talking about 1983. And that time Maruti 1000 was launched. So this is what I'm sharing with you because you all are collegites, so you might be also talking in this language. Rajiv asked me, So Maruti 1000 was launched and it was going on Jangli Maharaj Road. So I was just looking at it. So Rajiv asked me, "Arey Bangalia, kya dekh raha hai?" I told him, "Marwadya, ye car lunga main." And I'm proud to tell you that I have a fleet of Mercedes today. The reason is, I was a dreamer. You should be a dreamer. When there will be a lot of people here, or a lot of people are here who are entrepreneurs. Let me tell you, I was discussing this with Mr. Roy. With all this business, I am a zero debt company. Bank is a custodian of public money. Bank doesn't owe the money. The bank is holding your and my money. तुमने बैंक को डुबाया, इसका मतलब तुमने हम में किसको डुबाया? Take out that mentality. See, the thing is that, and you have to be a visionary. You will have problems when you start your business. I faced problems. I faced challenges. I was driving a Volvo when I was in Dow, a settled business, a settled job. I came back. I really struggled, let me tell you. Today what you are seeing me is the better part of it. Still the best has to come. But there is a journey. Sometime when there is time, because we are running short of time, I'll come and spend time with you. And one more thing is that you guys can anytime come to me, and we have the recruitment people here or the campus people here. Let me tell you, we will be coming here for campus, and I want to see a few faces from here in my company. You'll be surprised. We are growing in a very fast rate, especially our fire division, because a lot of products have been developed by me. We have worldwide patents, and when I develop products, I relate it to the everyday life. Like when I was going into fire products, see, fire is the most neglected thing. Most neglected. If you go to somebody, it's like life insurance. If you go to somebody and talk about fire, over there, मेरे घर में काम fire brigade है. But you just go to the reality of it. Fire doesn't wait for anybody. So that is how we started. When we surveyed, before we invested in this division, we found out that 98% houses don't have fire extinguishers at home. Even school, colleges, hospitals, that is the most neglected. But we are playing with life. Vehicles, we are playing with life. So we have to be careful. And I was very sure that one day that division will come up. Today I am very proud to tell you, we are selling it in Europe, we are selling it in Africa. Even US people are coming. We have Mr. Kulkarni with us, who is basically an automobile man who has joined us, who has become the director of the company now. And we are doing very well. Middle East, we are doing very well. So it is basically a vision and patience. You have to have patience. Nothing is going to happen overnight. 1964, somebody starts one college. Today we are in 2022. You can imagine. So it takes time. You have to wait. And one more thing is there. Mr. Sarkar starts a product. Mr. Roy starts a product. Mr. Deepak starts a product. Mr. Webmaker starts a product. Mr. Dalal starts a product. And I follow it. Don't do that. Study the market. Understand the need of the market. Because I have seen this. People just venture out without surveying the market, without doing anything. And that is why, see, today if you really see, there are 10 companies which open up every day and 9 closes. Why? Has anybody thought about it? Like Webmaker sir told us that, you should basically do SWOT analysis. Do your SWOT analysis. Don't follow somebody. See, there is a product like today we are into water, which is never ending. We are into solar, never ending. Fire, methanol. Like diesel engines have to be converted into methanol. Alternative energy fuel is a must. So we have started working on that. So you guys have to think about a product and start working on it. See, India is supply and demand. India is not a buyer's market. Okay. Neither it's a seller's market. So if you compare, 60% is buyer's market, 40% is seller's market. So sellers are on the lower side. So you have to think about a product. And you have to be very clear, have patience. One more thing that I will tell you is, of course, you should be passionate about what you do. How many of you all have seen 3 Idiots? This is a very good dialogue. When you see a movie, try to learn something out of it. Do what you like. A boy leaves his engineering career, becomes a photographer. Earning might be less, but passion should be there. I am passionate about Shivaji Maharaj. I do a lot of things. A lot of people tell me that you're spending so much money, you will be surprised that when I made this movie, I spent so much money that nobody could think that in Marathi movie somebody can spend so much. When we went to launch the movie, no theatre was ready to accept it. I had to meet Uddhav Thackeray, I had to meet Raj Thackeray, and my question to them was very simple. Sir, a Marathi movie, if I don't get prime time in Maharashtra, should I launch it in Pakistan? If Marathi movie cannot be launched in Maharashtra in prime time, so where should I launch it? Should I go to Arab? Should I go to Africa to launch it? Those people supported me, that's why we were so good. Today that trend has started. We had Varzan, then we had Fateh Shikas, we had Pawan Kent, now there are 5 movies coming up. And this what I am doing is because of, people should know, because we have left reading. See, today what has happened is, in our time we used to read. Today you all don't read. More we are on the mobile. I remember in our time we are, even the TVs were, those shutter type black and white TV. We had only Doordarshan. Today you have an option. I'm telling you, you guys are born at the right time. You all have grown up at the right time. This is the time where you can take the country ahead. You are the future of the country. We have played our innings. Myself, Mr. Roy, Mr. Vernikar, Mr. Dalal, we have played our innings. आपल्याला मराठीमध्ये, how many of you are Maharashtrian here? आपल्याला लोकांना घडवायचंय. मी नेहमी माझ्या टीमला सांगतो. Always I tell my team, we have a stalwart of the, from the agency, that is, we have Mr. Ajay Kamble. Can you just get up? Mr. Ajay Kamble has worked for 18 years in India today. The day we launched the channel, my request, he just quit his job and he came to us, and he's doing a marvelous job. So this is what it is. आपल्याला लोकांना घडवायचंय. मी नेहमी सांगतो. If you see in our company, when we go for campus, also we try to take people who who have got a backlog, or whose parents have struggled. And if you come to our company, you will see that lot of people lot of engineers are there whose parents were drivers. We have taken them, and they have excelled. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. In Deccan Water, I started in 1998. I have people working from 2000, and we have a lot of husband wives working for us. And we do a lot of social things. We have something for like housing for all. We educate people. See, my father, Mr. Roy knows my father very well. He used to always tell, Vidya Dando. Everything of yours can go. Everything. My house can go. My cars can go. My money can go. What cannot go is my knowledge and my education. That's very important. Natural disasters. I'm telling you, I did one project in Gujarat when there was earthquake. I saw multi-millionaires standing in queue for food. So you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. There's a very good movie called Waqt. If you have time, just see it. It's an old movie. Just see it. Youngsters, I don't know whether you will see it or not. You are more into PUBG. So I don't know whether you'll see it. But have a look at it. You will know what is life. One more thing, Mr. Vernikar told me that, in fact, he said something about me that, he's a Bengali and he produces Marathi movies. And now I'll tell you, I am less a Rajgulla man and I am more a Kanda Pohe man. Let me tell you. माझा मराठी ऐकलं तर लोकांना असं कळणार नाही पण नाही का मी बंगाली आहे म्हणून. मी आमच्या लोकांना नेहमी सांगतो, जिथे तुम्ही असता ते तुमचा, that is your motherland. So I am a Bengali by birth, but I am more a Maharashtrian. We speak Marathi in our country. You will see a lot of Maharashtrians. In fact, those who are non-Maharashtrian also, we tell them jokingly, start speaking Marathi or I will tell Raj Thackeray. Anyway, once again I would like to thank you all because it's a very short time. I have a long journey. Sometimes I don't know if he will call me again or not. And if you are not bored, I'll come again. I'll explain to you all what is life, how is life about, what is an entrepreneur, what is an entrepreneurial journey. These all things are must. You should know the pro and cons. सवेरे उठा शुरू हो गया ऐसा नहीं होता है. Your planning should be good. lot of entrepreneurs are failed because they are technically sound, financially you have to be techno-commercial. That's very important. And for being a techno-commercial, it is not necessary you should be a finance man. You have to learn it. That's very important. Anyway, thanks a lot for everybody, and I look forward for a few cases in our company also. We have a lot of divisions. In fact, we are looking out for people now because we are expanding to Middle East, we are expanding to Southeast Asia, we are expanding to Africa, so we are looking out for people. Anybody who wants to join us now also can join, and you are welcome for your summer training to our company. We will be coming for campus, and we need good people. We need people who have fire in them. You should have fire. That's very important. And the process of being a successful entrepreneur is not so easy. Read about it. There are a lot of books. A lot of entrepreneurs have written their books. You read it. It's not a very easy thing. So if you are ready for it, then come into it. It's like an army officer or a Jawan going on the boundary, on the boundary of the country, and then he doesn't know what is going to happen tomorrow. So you should be ready for all that. Thank you so much for giving a patient hearing to me. And once again, the team, thanks a lot for arranging such a beautiful session. Thanks a lot, Varnekar sir. Thanks a lot, Deepak. I hope 10 minutes is over. Or I have taken Mr. Roy's time also. Okay. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. And all the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening words. Now, I would like to request Deepak sir to introduce our next guest, Dr. Avinash Dalal.
Sargasso, thank you very much for your entrepreneurial advice to our entrepreneurial students here. I hope at least 10% of our students become entrepreneurs like you. They be motivated by you and then emulate you also, basically, right? And very shortly we want to see you in the Rajya Sabha. We may all pray. Right, sir?
By the way, one more thing. Sarkai sir, you were working in Thermax, na?
Eagle Flask.
Huh?
Eagle Flask.
Okay.
Eagle.
Yeah. Coming to our last guest today, Dr. Avinash Dalal sir. He is a former director of Dena Bank. He's a former director of the Central Cottage Industries Corporation of India and a former member of National Board of MSME. Dalal sir founded the All India MSME Association with the aim and objective of growth, development and progress of MSME sector and MSME entrepreneurs with the objective of growth, development and progress, which is considered to be the backbone of the Indian economy. He was recently nominated as the advisory committee member at Geetham University, and we are proud to say that he is the Chancellor's nominee on the Dr. Homi Bhabha State University in Mumbai. So, sir, thank you for coming and joining the Elite Summit here. We hope you reach new heights, and then please guide our students and the guests here with your kind words. Thank you.
पहले नमस्कार, प्रणाम टू पतंग राव जी। मैं इस तरह से जानता हूँ पतंग राव जी को, पॉलिटिशियन विद डिफरेंस एंड विजनरी। रॉय जी, सरकार जी, दीपक जी, सबसे पहले मैं ये चाहता हूँ, आपकी माफ़ी मांगता हूँ कि मुंबई से मैं आया, ऑल द वे आई केम फ्रॉम मुंबई। 9 बजे तक तो पुणे में पहुँच गया था। मुझे लगा आई एम वेरी वेरी टाइम, बट यहाँ पहुँचते पहुँचते पूरा 1 घंटा लग गया, उससे ऊपर लग गया। ठीक है, बारिश नहीं थी, बम्बई में तो बारिश है करके चलिए, मुझे आप लोगों से मिलने का अवसर मिला। और ये जो भारतीय विद्यापीठ है, कम से कम मुझे ख्याल है वहाँ तक मैं करीब 3 साल से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ। और इस विद्यापीठ को जो मैंने देखा, उसका कार्य देखा, मुझे ऐसा लगा कि शिक्षक, टीचर इतना बड़ा विजन है, इतनी बड़ी संस्थाएं बना दी उन्होंने। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि आप बहुत भाग्यशाली हैं, उन्हें कर बहुत भाग्यशाली है कि ऐसे नेता मिले। जैसे मैंने कहा ना, पॉलिटिशियन विद डिफरेंस। अच्छा, अभी मेरे बारे में बताता हूँ। मुझे बताया गया कि आई एम नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ ऑल इंडिया MSME एसोसिएशन। द बेसिक ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ MSME association to inspire, to educate, to motivate entrepreneurs, existing entrepreneurs as well as upcoming entrepreneurs to be a self-employed job provider and not job seeker. Jैसे I am giving you an example, entrepreneurship. Our All India MSME Association given a honorary membership to different segment personalities. I am talking about entrepreneurs only. MDA मसाला आपने सुना होगा, बहुत एडवर्टीजमेंट, अभी वो रहे नहीं है, वो ओरिजिनली टांगा वाला। यूनाइटेड फॉस्फरस लिमिटेड का नाम सुना होगा, एक्सेल इंडस्ट्रीज लिमिटेड। They have started their career from Matunga garage with 10,000 rupees. और आज देखिए यूनाइटेड फॉस्फरस लिमिटेड कहाँ पहुँच गया है, एक्सेल इंडस्ट्रीज लिमिटेड कहाँ पहुँच गई है। इसलिए एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप होना जरूरी है। और मैं कहता हूँ, our 6th generation in business, गुजराती लोग हैं, पहले बिजनेस ही सोचते हैं करके, और बिजनेस उनके खून में होता है। जैसे मैंने बताया करके, माई सेल्फ इज अ कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट, मैंने लॉ किया है, मैंने बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट किया है, मेरी वाइफ BSc विद केमिस्ट्री, माइक्रोबायोलॉजी एंड हाउस वाइफ। इसलिए गुजराती लोगों में बिजनेस करना बहुत जरूरी समझते हैं। कुछ भी हो, कितने भी पढ़े लिखे हो, he has to do the papa's business, पापा का बिजनेस है। तो even though when I was on the board of Dena Bank, elected director, not nominated by Ministry of Finance, तो मुझे कहते थे कि अविनाश भाई, you are the you are on the board of Dena Bank, all the top officers, GMs are from the different caste, different, why not गुजराती? मैंने बोला, गुजराती जो होते हैं ना, वो ऐसा सोचते हैं कि बैंक का वर्ष कब खत्म हो जाए और मुझे दूसरा साइड बिजनेस करने चले जाए। और वैसा ही हुआ, और वैसा ही होता ही है। उन्होंने ऐसा सोचते थे तो पार्ट टाइम है, फुल टाइम तो वो बिजनेस है, इसलिए बिजनेस के लिए निकल पड़े। जैसे एक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जैसे होती है करके, एक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जैसे कहते हैं, लीडर्स आर बॉर्न नॉट मेड, राइट। इसी तरह से मैं ऐसा समझता हूँ कि एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आर बॉर्न एंड मेड ऑल्सो। उसमें एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप लानी है हमको करके। आप एक एग्जांपल मैं देता हूँ, MDA मसाला वाला का दिया मैंने, यूनाइटेड फॉस्फरस लिमिटेड वाला का एग्जांपल दिया है, एक्सेल इंडस्ट्रीज का। एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप सोचने के लिए आपको एक दिल में होना चाहिए कि मुझे एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है, आई वॉन्ट टू बी एंटरप्रेन्योर। छोटे से छोटा बिजनेस करो, जिसे बताया गया कि बिजनेस करने से पहले समझो मैं बिजनेस कुछ कर रहा हूँ। एंड आपने देखा कि वो अविनाश भाई का इंडस्ट्री तो अच्छा चल रहा है, तो अविनाश भाई जो प्रोड्यूस करते हैं वही हम प्रोड्यूस करने जा रहे हैं। नो, डोंट डू लाइक दैट। आप पहले उस प्रोडक्ट का स्टडी करो कि व्हाट इज द प्रोडक्ट, हाउ मेनी प्लेयर्स आर इन द मार्केट, देयर इज अ कीन कंपटीशन एवरीवेयर इन इंडिया, फ्रॉम स्मॉल सेल हो या कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर तक, कि कट थ्रोट कंपटीशन। इसलिए वो कट थ्रोट कंपटीशन में खड़े रहने के लिए यू मस्ट हैव ऑथेंटिक नो-हाउ। आप जो बना सके वो पब्लिक में एक्सप्रेस कर सके, वो आपको एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप देगा। आप पहले उस प्रोडक्ट का स्टडी करो कि व्हाट इज द प्रोडक्ट, हाउ मेनी प्लेयर्स आर इन द मार्केट, देयर इज अ कीन कंपटीशन एवरीवेयर इन इंडिया, फ्रॉम स्मॉल सेल हो या कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर तक, कि कट थ्रोट कंपटीशन में खड़े रहने के लिए यू मस्ट हैव ऑथेंटिक नो-हाउ। आप जो बना सके वो पब्लिक में एक्सेप्टेंसी होनी चाहिए। कॉस्ट आप अभी आप देखा होगा, कॉस्ट बहुत लोग कम देखते हैं, क्वालिटी देखते हैं। पहले चाइना का माल बहुत चलता था, अभी क्यों नहीं? जानते हैं कि चाइना का माल एक थोड़े दिन के लिए है करके, भले सस्ता है करके, जैसे महंगा रोए एक बार, सस्ता रोए बार बार, ये इसी तरह से होता है करके। और एक एग्जाम्पल ऐसा है करके एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, जैसे मेरे को याद क्यों पर्टिकुलर याद है, टुडे इज द 17 सितंबर, राइट? और ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर बर्थडे। वो कौन थे? स्टेशन पे चाय बेचते थे। जब चाय बेचते थे तब उनको ख्याल नहीं था कि एक दिन मैं इस देश का प्रधानमंत्री हूँ। और आज लोग जो भी है सब, जो किसी भी पार्टी के वो समर्थक होवे करके, मगर इतना तो दिल में एहसास जरूर है कि मोदी है तो मुमकिन है। अभी बताया गया फाइनेंस के बारे में। देखिए, अपने को बिजनेस करना है, 3 चीज़ों की जरूरत होती है। सबसे पहले फाइनेंस, मार्केटिंग एंड अच्छी टीम। फाइनेंस के लिए व्हेन आई वाज ऑन द बोर्ड ऑफ देना बैंक IIPS के सर, वो टाइम था व्हेन आई वाज ऑन द बोर्ड, आई यूज्ड टू टेल टू इन द बोर्ड दैट PSU bank as well as private sector bank giving the red carpet treatment to the corporate sector and step mother treatment to MSMEs. आज ऐसा नहीं है। आज समय बदल चुका है। आज MSME, why MSMEs? MSMEs is considered to be backbone of Indian economy. क्यों? Maximum second largest provider of employment and agriculture. GDP में 30%, export 50 to 60%। आज जो MSMEs की जो है करके, MSME है तो हिंदुस्तान है। और जैसे बता दें, कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर जो है, कभी कभी मुझे लगता है, माफ करना मैं कहूँ तो बुरा मत मानना, कि ऐसा होता है कि कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर के MSMEs आर फाइनेंसर, डिलेड पेमेंट एक है, 45 डेज में देना है, कभी कभी नहीं मिलता है, बहुत करके नहीं मिलता है। दे आर पुटिंग द टर्म्स टू द सप्लायर, आपको बिजनेस चाहिए या पैसा चाहिए? अगर बिजनेस चाहिए तो डिमांड मत करो 45 डेज में मिलना चाहिए, मगर अभी वो रहा नहीं है। अभी तो समाधान पोर्टल वगैरह आ गया है करके, इसलिए बहुत सी कंपनी 45 डेज में दे रही है। इसलिए जिसको एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जिसमें है करके, उसके लिए एक अच्छा मार्गदर्शन, गाइडेंस, और कहीं भी सोचो कि हमें करना है कुछ भी करके, तो इसके लिए कहीं जैसे कहते हैं इंटर्नशिप, डॉक्टर बनते हैं बाद में कहीं इंटर्नशिप करते हैं ना, उसी 6 महीना 1 साल की इंटर्नशिप रहती है। उसी तरह से यू टू टेक ट्रेनिंग, इंटर्नशिप इन एनी इंडस्ट्री, एंड देखना चाहिए कि प्रोडक्ट किस तरह से बनता है, क्यों इस प्रोडक्ट की ज़्यादा डिमांड है। अगर आपके पास पक्की स्टडी है तो आप जरूर सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर बन सकते हैं। जैसे बताया, प्रणाम, नमस्कार, सरकार जी ने बताया कि अमेरिका से आ गए करके, आई वॉज होल्डिंग ग्रीन कार्ड, आई वॉज सरेंडर दैट। क्यों? उन्होंने कहा ना, मातृभूमि, जन्मभूमि, कर्मभूमि, हिंदुस्तान जैसा देश कहीं भी नहीं है करके। जैसे हमारी संस्कृति में कहते हैं ना, कहा ना, आचार्य देवो भव, मातृ देवो भव, पितृ देवो भव, अतिथि देवो भव। ऐसी कोई संस्कृति ने बताया है? I am giving you an example. In 2007, I was in United States. एक सिम्पोजियम चल रही थी, नेशनल लीडर्स बायोग्राफी। लास्ट सेशन में मैं पहुंचा था, कंक्लूडिंग सेशन। जो मॉनिटरिंग कर रहा था, उन्होंने बच्चे लोग को पूछा, वो 10वीं और 12वीं कक्षा के लड़के लोग थे, कि यू स्टडीड दी बायोग्राफी, फोटोग्राफी ऑफ and biography of international leader. Now you have to give answer in nutshell whose biography you find best and why in nutshell. एक अंग्रेज बच्चा खड़ा हो गया, उन्होंने कहा महात्मा गांधी। तो उसको पूछा गया क्यों, नक्सल में जवाब दो। तो बच्चे ने कहा सबके बायोग्राफी में शुरू से लिखा गया आई द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। महात्मा गांधी ने कहा आई मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी। वो लिख सकते थे क्या है जी राष्ट्रपिता। हिंदुस्तान इसलिए महान है, हिंदुस्तान ने हिंदुस्तान की संस्कृति ने लोगों को दिया है, लिया नहीं। इसलिए मैं ऐसा समझता हूँ, जब मैं 2 दिन पहले मैं बीएससी, इन्होंने बताया मैं बीएससी इंस्टीट्यूट है, बीएससी और बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज है, उसका एक ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट है, एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट है, मैं उसमें एक एडवाइज़र हूँ। वहाँ भी ऐसी उनका एक कोर्स का ये था। तो मैंने कहा कि जब मैं कॉमर्स में था, आई स्टडीड इन सिद्धार्थ कॉलेज मुंबई, तो कॉलेज में 150 का क्लास था, 150 स्टूडेंट, 4 लड़कियाँ से, और आज देखिए मोर देन 33%। तो बस सोचिए कि हमारे देश की बच्चियाँ कितनी आगे बढ़ रही है। इसलिए तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर का बेटी पढ़ाओ। इसलिए मैं मेरे जो बोलना था मैं आप समाप्त कर रहा हूँ। मैं इतना ही कहना चाहता हूँ, बच्चों तुम तकदीर हो कल के और आज के हिंदुस्तान के, महात्मा गांधी के वरदान के और कलाम और नरेंद्र मोदी के अरमान के। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening words. I would now like to request all the dignitaries to unveil the placement brochure. We will be starting with felicitation of all the corporate guests. We will be announcing the names in alphabetical order, and all the dignitaries are requested to come on the stage when their name is announced. Our dignitaries will be felicitating you. So first I would like to invite Mr. Surojit Roy to felicitate our guests. Mr. Abhimanyu Kumar, Bajaj Finserv Limited. Mr. Aditya Kulkarni, Panchashil Realty. Mr. Amit Patil, L&T Infotech. Mr. Amol More, Maxim Research Private Limited. Mr. Ankur Gupta, Educraft Private Limited. Ms. Annapurna Shome, Software Solutions Private Limited. Mr. Ashwin Nanavare, Anand Rathi Wealth Services Limited. Mr. Bineet Singh, IDBI Intech Limited. Mr. Chandan Anand, Ardor Com Media Private Limited.
So there are details on the screen, right? You are reading now.
Mr. Darshan Soni, Bajaj Conserve Limited. Mr. Gajanan Morkal, Property Piston. Mr. Jayant Arora, V Mentor AI. Mr. Madhur Bajaj. Mr. Manoj Daniel, Pune Metro.
Thank you so much, Surojit sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Anirban Sargasso. Thank you so much, Surojit sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Anirban Sargasso to felicitate our guests. Ms. Neha Ratnakar, Splendid Consultants. Mr. Pradeep Tupe, Team Maha Engineers.
Sir is representing and he has been a great help to IIPS. We have the organ donation and so many other, even HR, entrepreneurship development as well. Give a big hand to sir. Thank you.
Mr. Prafulla Kulkarni, Deccan Leap Technologies.
I'll just give a brief of Praful Kulkarni. Praful has spent almost 27 years with automobile industry. He joined us, our division, that is the fire division, should be 2 years back. Yeah. And look at his rise. Today is the director of the company. A very enterprising person, very hardworking. From the past 2 years that he has joined us, 50% of his time has gone on the roads, 25% of the time has gone on the airports, and 15% of the time is in the flight. Only 10% of the time is at home. We are very proud that we have him as a director.
Mr. Prasad Barje, SBI. Mr. Prasad Pund, Agile Soft Technologies. Ms. Preeti Chandorkar, Huntsman and Barrels. Mr. Puneet Raman, Pro Wisdom Growth Private Limited. Mr. Rahul Joshi, Neha Joshi Foundation. Mr. Rahul Sharma, GTL Software Private Limited. Mr. Rishi Molani, Electronica FinSmart Solution Private Limited. Sachin Sangle, Endowments Private Limited.
Thank you so much, Anirban sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Avinash Dalal to felicitate our guest. Mr. Sachin Chavan, Huntsman and Barracks. Mr. Sameer Rajor, AKC Foods Private Limited. Guys, give a huge round of applause for all our dignitaries. Dr. Sandeep Sahasrabuddhe, Pine Woods. Mr. Satish Karanjkar, Brinton's Carpet. Mr. Saurabh Kumar, Weekfield Foods Private Limited. Mr. Shailesh Bedarkar, ITBI Intech Limited. Mr. Saurabh Kumar, Weekfield Foods Private Limited. Mr. Shailesh Bedarkar, ITBI Intech Limited. Mr. Sudhir Gaikwad, Cognis Corporation. Mr. Suhas Dhole, SBI. Mr. Tushar Aghav, HDFC Life. Mr. Mohan Krishnamurthy, Michelin India. Mr. Anand Bhushan, EduCrack. Rameshwari Pandey, Allied Analytics. Akshada Katkar, Allied Analytics. I would like to call upon stage Mr. Sachin Sonawane. Call upon stage Mr. Ajay Kamble.
And Ajay Kamble sir have been with Sarkar sir as part of his media advertisement and promotion, and then even the news channel. In fact, he has a vast experience in the channel business for the last 20 years. Thank you for coming, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all the dignitaries. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Bharti Jadhav ma'am to kindly give the vote of thanks to our respected guests.
Just one guest is on the way. He has come. Yes, sir. Yes.
Now we have Mr. Vijay Mishra from Uno Minda.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Surojit Roy, Dr. Anirban Sargasso, Dr. Avinash Dalal, and dignitaries of the dais, all the corporates, entrepreneurs, and participants, who have really spared their valuable time today and motivated our students. Thank you so much. It's really a privilege for all of us that all of you have shown up today and managed to come here, even though it was a very, very busy schedule for all of you. So really a big thanks from the IIPS. I also thank Dr. Sachines who has actually given us this platform to interact with all of you. I thank Deepak sir, Dipti ma'am, and whole IIMD team of all the faculty members, supporting staff, all the students who have organized this event very enthusiastically with all the hard work. I also thank all the student participants who have shown up here today and they have listened so patiently for all these sessions. So thank you so much everyone. With this, we would like to conclude this first session, but I would request all of you to be here for the panel session, which is going to start shortly. So all of you are requested to be seated here for the panel session, which is going to be a very, very nice interaction as well as discussion, and a lot of inputs are again coming soon for all of you. So thank you so much. Have a great day.
I have a request to all the guests, the corporates, because you have to join us for lunch. Rather, we will be joining lunch with you. And immediately after the panel discussion. So I have a request to all the faculty and the students, please enjoy the panel discussion. Immediately we are going to start. Why I'm here is, kindly don't miss. And they will not take more than 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes to arrange the things. Thank you very much. Thank you, sirs.
Students are requested to be seated here. Please don't leave the auditorium. We'll be proceeding to the session 2. Students, kindly be seated.
Hello. Check. check. Hello, check. Mic check. Hello, testing. Hello, mic check. Hello, testing. Hello, check. Testing. Hello, check. Check, check, hello, check, hello, check, hello, mic check, hello, mic check, hello, testing, hello, mic check, hello, check, hello, check. Hello. Sure. Hello. Sure. Check. Mic test. Check. Hello. Testing. Hello. Testing. Mic check. Hello. Check. Testing. Hey, check.
All faculty members, please ensure all students are seated and please lead by an example and ensure that the panel discussion is immediately started. All of you enjoy that. Don't waste time now.
Hello, mic check. Hello, check. Testing. Hello, check. Testing. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Testing. Check. Hello, check.
Check. Good afternoon, everyone. We will now be starting with session 2, which is panel discussion. And the topic for session 2 is K-shaped recovery and its impact on management job opportunities. Sankai sir will be moderating, and our panel members are Mr. Puneet Raman, founder and director Pro Wisdom, Mr. Chandan Anand, founder, CEO and group editor at Arthur Media Group.
Our third panelist is Prashad Pund, Agile Soft Technologies, founder of Agile Soft Methodologies. Then Prasad Barje from SBI, and then our fourth panelist is Sudhir Gaikwad, Cognix Corporation.
We would now like to hand over the session to our panel members. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Dr. Sankai Bharatbhushan here. We all are proud to be associated with the country which is second largest democracy in the world. And in recent past, we have already achieved by economy, by GDP, fifth largest economy in the world. Our GDP growth rate this year is likely to be 7%, which is going to be the highest in the world. No other country in the world is witnessing this kind of a growth what we are achieving it this year. Even then, we selected the topic called as K-shaped recovery and its impact on job opportunities for management students. The reason is, though we are fifth largest economy by GDP, but sixth economy is UK. But UK per capita income and India's per capita income, UK's per capita income is 20 times more than India's per capita income. That is one issue. We are growing at a really faster pace, but at the same time, you all know that 10% of our population is becoming rich and rich. At the same time, bottom of the pyramid, that also is getting wider. That is another reason. On one side, as you all know, the premium houses during COVID period, they were in boom. Nowadays, most of the people, they were demanding more on premium houses, bigger houses. But at the same time, the volume sales for affordable houses, that is slowly and steadily coming down. During COVID period, you must have observed that premium car sales were going up on one side. But on the other side, the small car sales slowly and steadily was coming down. So there is a difference in one India and the other one. And that is what we have to understand. And it creates a kind of a opportunity also, and it creates a kind of a threat also for us. On one side, we are consolidating our organized sector. On the other side, our unorganized sector is getting distorted. So this also we are observing. On one side, you all know the kind of growth what we are witnessing. A lot of initiatives are taken at macro level, at micro level. And we are witnessing there is quite a good acceleration as far as industrial activities are concerned post-pandemic. But immediately after pandemic, you all know that geopolitical crisis that has erupted around the world, and it has adversely impacted most of the economies in the world. On one side, US is, on the other side, UK is almost at the verge of entering into recession. So naturally, we being a global economy, we cannot remain isolated from what is happening around the world. So keeping those things in mind, then we decided that why not we take this particular topic and then we try to understand how that is affecting our economy on the one side, how it is affecting the sectors on the other side. As you all know, during the period, a lot of sectors, they were totally shut down. But post-COVID, you just imagine, now the kind of a crowd what you are seeing on the airport, is more than railways. The kind of the hotel room and its booking, it is almost 80-90%, it is all-time all record. It is assumed that this Diwali is going to be one of the best in last 10 years. So on one side there is quite a substantial growth what we are witnessing, but on the other side there are certain areas which are the areas of concern, and until unless we will not understand what kind of a strength we have, we will not be in a position to capitalize on that. And unless we will not understand what kind of a weakness and challenges we are going to face, we will not be in a position to eliminate it without understanding. And that's why we have kept this particular topic for today's panel discussion. So now my question is, how this particular geopolitical situation, which is changing so rapidly, in last 2 years period of time, the entire world has witnessed all time we have never seen this kind of a situation around the world. On the other side, we have never seen the kind of inflation which is going all around the world, which is unprecedented. And that definitely is going to have a kind of impact. So number one, how it is going to impact our economy in general. Number two, which particular sectors are going to be affected with that. And number three, what kind of companies are going to be beneficiaries out of that. And which are the companies which are going to be. And then we have to find out what are the areas where our students can aspire for getting a job in recent future, and how they should develop themselves in ensuring that there is no mismatch between what industry expects and what skill sets will they have. So on that, in my opinion, we should go on discussing. And at the same time, number one is the economy, number two is the sector, number three is the various companies, number four is the functional areas where the opportunities are there, and number five is the students and their skill sets and the industry experience. That's what is the broad framework of this particular discussion. And as you all know, we have the giants in their own fields and they are here to share their experiences with us. And as you all must be knowing that wise person always takes lessons from others. If you want to learn something in your life, you have to always listen to the wise people who are there around you. And they are the stalwarts and giants in their own field. And they are here to share their valuable experiences with you. So I request all of them to start. Thank you so much.
Hello. So I'm sitting on this side, so I have to start first, right? Okay. As mentioned about many topics, at the same time, and then I wrote down first is the economy and the sector, the students' benefit, the skill sets required for the particular industry. I'll talk about the economy. As you know, all know that how the economy is, one day the shares is going at the top and then again the next day it is coming down. So it is very, very unpredictable economy currently. And the same thing is happening in the industries also. But one industry which I am coming from, I would like to just give a brief idea about that. And I'm sure many people sitting here will also agree with me that that industry is really growing a lot. In fact, I have been working in this industry since last 19 years, and that is called automation. So you know the field of automation. Because of the current, in the last couple of years, situations of the pandemic and all, we know that automation is required heavily in almost all the industry, whether it is banking or manufacturing or almost all the industries. And see, before coming to India, my company is basically from US. So before coming to India, before 15 years, company has done some study, and they found that in India, the factories are automated just 8%. So almost 92% of automation is still pending in the industry. So that much of scope is there in the automation industry. That is the first thing. So I would say, if you talk about the growing industry and the sector, if you want to really work on, then that is, the field is called automation. And that is every year, almost in all the icons of field, the automation is required. You know that, right? In the software also automation is required. That is the sector I would say you need to look into. Definitely it is really beneficial for the students. In fact, since last almost 2 to 3 years, we have been taking students from Bharati Vidyapit, and we have a very good experience to share with you. Most of the students are still with us in last 3 years, and they are really enjoying the benefits and the working culture of our organization, and they see the growth, because you know the young students, whenever they join any company, hardly they stay for a couple of years in the industry. But we are fortunate that students are staying for a longer time with our organization only because they see a very bright future in our organization. So it is really beneficial for the students. And I spoke about the industry also, like in automation, you go in every industry. Now we as a company working almost in all kinds of industry, you name it, and we are there. Okay. I don't have much time to talk about what exactly we do, but we are almost in all kinds of industry. And the skill set required is, of course, it is required in almost all kinds of industry, not only my industry or our industry, but the skill set required, which I see, the positive thing is definitely the students of today's generation students are very sharp, very I would say enthusiastic. But the problem is with they are more busy on the WhatsApp and social media. So I think they should avoid that. They should really look into they should be really serious about what they are doing and what they want in their life. So they should be really serious about that. And one more skill set I feel that when I was interviewing lots of candidates of this institute and other institute also, I feel there is I think I may be wrong, because in the last couple of years, the students what we got this year has never been to college, because last 2 years the college was shut and because of the lockdown. So maybe that might be the reason, but I think you should more focus on your communication and the confidence that is really required for almost all kinds of industry. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Many a times what happens now, students have an assumption that there is a shortcut for success.
Yes, that
Is there any kind of a shortcut for success? In my opinion, there is no shortcut for success.
Absolutely no.
There has to be consistency and continuity.
Yes.
In putting your efforts.
Yes, yes.
And failure is the first step towards the success. It's not that every time you will succeed. But until unless you will not fail, you will not understand what is the importance of your success. That also is important.
Correct. Just to add one funny incident, I would say. I was interviewing one of the MBA candidates. Fortunately, he is not from this college. So I asked him that what you are looking from our organization. So he said immediately that I am looking for a managerial position because I have done MBA. So let me tell you guys, though you have done MBA, to become a manager it needs a certain skill set, not only the degree. Okay, there are many managers and there are many owners of the organization you can see who are not much educated. Forget about MBA and engineering degree. They are not even highly educated, but still they manage the people very well. So don't assume that just getting an MBA degree from the top college, you will become a manager immediately. You will have to do a lot of struggle, you will have to fight, you will have to prove yourself, then only you will become a manager.
To add this, sir, do you know Anirban Ambani was not a graduate. He was a general graduate. He was not an engineer. But he created a wealth in his lifetime which is equivalent to Pakistan GDP. Steve Jobs started his factory in the garage. It has become now 3 trillion company, which is equivalent to India's GDP. So there are several people, Sundar Pichai, who he was. He is now heading Google. Do you know 30% of all IT companies, Fortune 500 companies, all are Indians. So that itself means Indians have that talent. But until unless you will not get exposure for proving your own talent, you will not be reaching to the destination. For reaching to your right place, naturally, you have to put the efforts. Getting a job is not important. Progressing in your career is another important milestone. And for that, you have to keep yourself updated on a continuous basis. Your management degree is not the end. It is the means for reaching the destination which you are aspiring for.
That is the beginning, you can say.
That is the beginning. Sir.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. The topic given to us is economy, industry and skills, and we have all observed in the economy some people became richer and some people became poorer.
Yeah.
Surprising, isn't it? Nobody wants to be on the other side. But have you ever imagined the creators become rich, the consumers become poor. All those who have become rich in the last 3-4 years, and there are a lot of industrialists, they are on the creator side of the economy. And the economy does not differentiate. So India's economy is growing, yes, because we have a lot of consumers. But are the consumers becoming rich? No, they are not. So please understand that as you build your career, try to build your skills on the creator side of the economy, so that whenever positive changes happen in the economy, you add wealth to your business, to your job, to your family, or to the country as such. In terms of industry, a lot of industries are growing post-pandemic. They had started showing good results during the pandemic. E-commerce, retail, basics industry, basic of the industry is always going to grow. Education, the industry which I belong, is a skill development and a mentoring. A lot of companies, colleges, schools have realized that the degree can be done by giving an exam. But the salary is not to the CGPA marks percentage or the diploma. It is more population. Now please understand, any industry which thrives on growing population is going to grow. One of the most common is fast moving consumer goods. The other is consumer durables. So till 2045, India's population is going to grow. So you have clear 23 years of joining a company which is dependent on selling their products to the population. Healthcare, again, a very important sector. People have started to realize the value of it. As my fellow panelists said, BFSI, FinTech, and anything to do with automation is going to save time and resources for a company or an industry. Energy, media and entertainment. Once 5G comes, you will be hooked onto your mobiles much more than what you are now. You will be playing high quality video games on the mobile than you are now. So please understand, if you can do a job where either you can bring accuracy to a company, which means analytics, either you can save time of a company or consumers, which is convenience. So आजकल लोगों को पैसा नहीं बचाना, समय बचाना है. So any company which can save time for the audience earns money. And the third is bread and butter. If you can bring revenue for a company, which is through sales and marketing, then you will always have a career. So please choose it according to what value you bring into a company. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir.
Namaskar and very good afternoon to all of you. Hello friends. Yeah, it's really great to be over here speaking to you all. Earlier I have had opportunities to talk to the students of these institutes earlier as well, and I am really honored to be here again. Well, I won't be discussing about the jobs as such, because this is an entrepreneurship development institute. And definitely we would like to give more emphasis on creation of the jobs rather than seeking a job ourselves. So let me just put up a few points over here. When we talk about management and entrepreneurship, for sure, in the entrepreneurship, the management plays a crucial role. And what we really mean by management is organizing in a logical manner. There is basically the organization, and that too in the logical manner, using the common sense, which we always witnessed right from our childhood. We have seen our parents managing the things, we have seen our relatives, we see our friends. You must have seen many people who are really well organized. So when they want to set out at 11 o'clock, they are typically ready 15 minutes earlier to that. They travel as well with good planning. So planning is there. In all, we can say that it's nothing but the organization. When you are organizing your entrepreneurship as well, that is, you set out to set your business for the creation of the jobs for the others, you may perhaps venture into a service or you may venture into product development. In both the cases, nowadays what is more important is to be really very lean. L-E-A-N, lean. Lean and agile. You must have seen that an elephant cannot really move quickly. but a small animal can really move quickly. And why is that? Because of the sheer small size, because of the agility that is inbuilt over there, you can move, that is, you can take the decisions quickly, you can change the decisions quickly, and you don't feel ashamed of changing your decisions. Many of the times we may start with a business, we may start with a service, we may start with a product, and we may realize that we are perhaps moving in the wrong direction. Okay, let's pivot. Let's move to another direction. And for this to happen, we should be able to ready to pay that cost of the failure. And when can you sustain the cost of failure? If you have invested less. So if you want to invest less and then still check whether it can be successful or not, let's call each and every activity towards the entrepreneurship as an experiment. Treat it as an experiment. When you have got an idea to be converted into a service or a product, just treat it as an experiment and then try to get that minimum viable product out of that. Once you check that idea in the market, then you are able to invest more onto it. So that's why the development of a product and or the service has to be cyclic in nature. Now while doing this, the approach has to be with respect to systems thinking. There was good discussion earlier that was done that don't follow the steps of the other people who have developed some kind of products or services and then they have become successful in that. Just don't follow those steps. You need to carve your own steps because you're on your own. You understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your understanding about the world is as well unique. So the whole system in which you are going to be a part of it, you need to understand it really very thoroughly and choose the product and or the service, and the way I said, experiment with that. So I would like to stress on this kind of lean and agile approach. Agility means flexibility. Flexibility in terms of taking the decisions and changing the decisions as well. I would like to reiterate. If we really want to talk about the jobs, and if you are not ready to start your journey of entrepreneurship, that is your choice, that I would like to do a job earlier and then I would like to venture out. Perfectly alright, good decision. Please know that the industry is looking at the management as a function and not as a position. So always look at the function, don't think about the position, don't try to look at the designations that you would get perhaps in a couple of years. You are there to help the organization. Please note that when an industry appoints any student, there is a price tag that is always above your head. When you move around in the industry, everybody, the management is reading that price tag and is trying to understand how much is the organization getting out of it. This is nothing but the investment that is being made. So when you ask the question, what is the available package? So you should know really very clearly and you should show it as well how much you are giving in return. And this reality needs to be understood by one and all. I guess I have talked about entrepreneurship, I have emphasized on that. Yeah, I would like to clarify that although I am here as founder of Agile Soft Methodologies, I am representing over here Pune Management Association. I work over there and then we have got 14 different centers of excellence in the different verticals of management. And one of the COE is entrepreneurship development. So guys, should you need any kind of help with respect to entrepreneurship development, we are here to help you. We already have had the MOU with this organization. So through that MOU and the Students Chapter, you have the opportunity to interact with the experts of Pune Management Association and then get some kind of guidance. Thanks for the opportunity given to me and thank you for patient hearing, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. to add some important points to sir's discussion. As you all know, you all are you are pursuing your education in Pune. Narayan Murthy started his Infosys from Pune by taking 15,000 rupees from his wife. And just imagine, in 1980, about 2020, in 40 years period of time, their drivers also have become crorepati. That kind of a wealth they have not created only for themselves, for the world. Likewise, you all know Karsanbhai Patel, he was selling his Nirma powder on a bicycle. And he created a threat even for Hindustan Lever, which was multinational. So you are not selling products, please understand. You are selling convenience to the customer. You are selling utilities to the customer. You are selling benefits to the customer. A person who can identify the kind of a benefit, the perks of the customer, he only can succeed in the given market. Try to understand what your customer needs, what benefits he seeks, what kind of utilities he is expecting from my services. Once you understand that, nobody can be becoming a successful entrepreneur. And ours is one of the particular place where the entrepreneurship also is given a lot of encouragement. And that is what the sir was talking about. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Good afternoon, friends. Can I say something? क्योंकि मैं ये मानता हूं कि सभी पूछेंगे आप कैसे हैं जब तक आपके पास पैसे हैं। मैं बैंक से आता हूं और वो जैसे मेरे मित्र ने बताया कि हाथी एजिलिटी, मैं जिस बैंक में काम करता हूं उसको हाथी बोलते हैं, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया। लेकिन गए 38 सालों से लगभग 4 दशक हो गए मैं इस बैंक में अभी तक सीख रहा हूं। मैं ये नहीं मानता हूं कि बैंकिंग मुझे आ गया। So that field is vast. So taking cue from him, economy, friends, every event in the world is destructing some portion of the economy and creating opportunities in the economy. So banking, those who are interested, aspiring, as far as banking is concerned, please listen to me carefully. When I joined, at the time Harshad Mehta's scam took place. And some of my friends asked me, last year's profit is lesser than the amount involved in the scam. And you have joined this bank. What will happen to you? And as my friend told me, agility, my bank State Bank has given single check of 540 crores in 1992. And still, it was a profit. So this is the strength of bank. During Chandrasekhar government, we did not have foreign exchange. And there was a need of foreign currency. So we had to play the gold. So Reserve Bank of India, they approached for the gold loan from the IMF. They said, we cannot believe in you because you are central bank. If government puts some pressure, you will default. Give us some institution which can avail loan for your side. And then only my bank, State Bank of India, that came forward and we got the loan to the gold loan. So that's how strength banking is having, friends. But when I'm saying strength is having, it requires totally different skill set. Let me tell you frankly. First is, bank doesn't recognize from which organization you have availed any degree. Everybody is at par. Just like IIPS, it is all India level, you have to appear, result is less than 1%. When you are coming to this institution, already you have the competitiveness, just stretch a little bit more, you will be here. But once you are here, lot of opportunities you will get. As I mentioned, when I joined, at the time Harshad Mehta's scam took place, I got the opportunity to recover the amount from his assets. Harshad Mehta is popular, but me or my team is not popular. Okay. क्योंकि देने वाला आदमी लोगों को अच्छा लगता है, वसूलने वाला आदमी लोगों को खराब लगता है. तो ये हालत है। लेकिन ये अवसर आपको मिलता है बैंकिंग से। I had opportunity to recover top loans. I cannot quote their names in the public because still the matter is sub judice. But I had opportunity, I could recover, and that is the strength banking is having. We had opportunity to serve also. बैंकिंग एक ऐसा क्षेत्र है कि जिसमें आप सभी तरह के गरीब से लेकर अमीर तक आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल जाती है। When we joined, at that time banking was totally manual. But when we converted into computerization, at that time we had opportunity to interact with Mr. Murthy, Mr. Azim Premji, and so many others. And I really respect all these people. They clearly mentioned what we should do. And today the CBS software, which has been developed by softwares, engineers or professionals, but customized by the banking professionals. So this is an opportunity for you. So please try to use this opportunity. Exposure is most crucial. And that sort of exposure, you can get it. I can quote example of what is the impact of service. One of our colleague, he was a frontline staff in Hyderabad branches. And he used to serve very diligently and very passionately. So you should have the passion for service. So he was serving. One day, he got call from Police Commissioner of Hyderabad. कि आप कहाँ हो? तो बोले क्या हुआ सर? पुलिस कमिश्नर ऑफिस से बोल रहे हैं आपको ऑफिस में आना है। तो बोले सर मेरा कोई गुनाह नहीं, मैं तो बैंक में काम करता हूँ। नहीं आपको आना पड़ेगा। क्या हुआ सर? मेरे से कोई गलती तो नहीं हुई, मेरी बेटी की शादी है, नहीं उसी सिलसिले में आना है। तो और टेंशन में आया। फिर सब जगह से उसकी चालू हो गया। फिर बाद में उसको धीरे से पता चला बैंक स्टाफ वर आल्सो इन द फ्लक्स कि व्हाट हैपेंड, दिस इज अ वेरी लो प्रोफाइल पर्सन एंड नथिंग वाज he was not mingling with anybody, not simply serving. हुआ क्या है इसको? बाद में पता चला कि this fellow has sent invitation card to APJ Kalam, and he was not knowing that APJ Kalam has become President of India. He thought that he was still working in DRDO, so that invitation went on DRDO address, and APJ Kalam asked that I want to attend his marriage. Then he conveyed to the commissioner, so please do not come, all these protocols and other things. Then further thing, here the simplicity of Mr. APJ Kalam, we can certainly respect, and that is learning for all of us. Then APJ Kalam sent him tickets and called him that बेटी को मेरे पास लेकर आइए, ठीक है मैं नहीं आऊँगा आपके पास में, आपको राष्ट्रपति भवन में आना है. You just imagine, he got this opportunity through banking service. He was not a big fellow, but service counts much. I could meet Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma because of the service. So likewise you will get opportunity. It is very exciting career on the part of opportunities. Pay package, we are getting reasonable package. Let me tell you frankly. If you are trying to compare packages, package you will not get. But this capacity you will get. Opportunities you will get. I got opportunity to make presentation in front of United Nations operation. How many people get this opportunity? I did get it because of the bank. So bank is providing a lot of opportunities, very exciting career friends. But skill set, you should have the patience, you should have the passion, you should have the service orientation, and first and foremost thing is trust. You should have the trust. Because people are looking at us from the trust angle. पूरा मेहनत करते हैं लोग, बैंक में पैसा करते समय ये नहीं पूछते कि आप कहाँ से हो, पैसा बैंक में जमा कर देते because they look at the bank and say, so we should have the trust. And when people are reposing trust in you, you should be vigilant enough. Because today's war is not simply with weapons, it is through economy. What has happened in pandemic, we have seen, but what opportunities today, we are having wonderful opportunities. Because none of the country in the world is having this much young smart population. So you are not simply future of India, you are future of the globe. So opportunities are immense. You try to have this. Those who would like to entrepreneur, I will just share that recently we did the project on challenges faced by the entrepreneurs, MSME sectors, and I will share that link also. If you go to Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, IIPM.org, you will find a macro research project. Under that, go to this latest project. It is available. You can go through that. That is available on the public domain. Those who would like to become entrepreneur, please, you are welcome. Because Pune Management Association, I belong to Goa Management Association, but basically I am financial planner. So I would like to help all of you, those who are interested. I am associated with the Bharati Vidyapit since the last 2 years, so my association will continue. And one more thing, gaps. The gap which I am facing right now, because a couple of students undergone a project under me. At that time, I found that one aspect, expectation, you should be very flexible. Because in service industry, everybody is at par. जब बैंक में कोई आता है तो मैं ये नहीं बोल सकता हूँ कि नहीं ये PMRY वाला है और he is Mr. Sarkar, my top client. I cannot distinguish in between that. So you should be able, at the same time, you should not dissatisfy either of them. मेरे लिए सरकार भी उतना ही महत्वपूर्ण है और छोटा ग्राहक भी उतना ही महत्वपूर्ण है. जो हीरो साइकिल का आप सुनते थे, he was simply a having cycle, Hero Group. And today the empire is there in front of you. So being banker, you are witness to all such things. So I welcome all of you, those who would like to come to the banking, and whatever help you require, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Just to add, see, if you know the stock market, if you know the Nifty, you'll find that 45% weightage is in financial services and banks. There are great opportunities in financial services. What are those? Earlier we had LIC, now plenty of life insurance companies are there. Earlier we have national general insurance and some 4 or 5 government insurance companies. Now we have plenty of private companies also. We have earlier only nationalized banks, now we have plenty private banks also. Earlier the capital market was very small, now the capital market is too large. Daily transactions in lakhs and lakhs of crores. So there are many areas where you have a job opportunities in financial services. So that is what you have to keep in mind. Please understand, Bajaj Finance, the kind of a growth rate what we have seen during last 15, 20 years, it is phenomenal. If you want to join a particular bank or a particular financial institute or any particular company, refer their balance sheets and try to understand who are doing better. Only professional companies progress rapidly over their competition. So try to understand who are the best companies in the field, who are the leaders in the field, and then accordingly you prepare. And then I will tell you one example that Microsoft, we consider it is one of the best. And Bill Gates says, what Bill Gates says? He says, I do not want a person who is 9 out of 10. I do not want a person who is 9 out of 10. I want a person with 10 out of 10. They want perfect people. Even if you are 1% less, you don't have a place there. So until unless you will not develop your deserving qualities, you will not reach to the aspiration where you intend to reach. So naturally, on one side we have to depend on the institute, on the other side we have to depend on the industry, on the third side we have to respect ourselves also and find out how best I can go on improving it during this particular period. So thank you, sir.
One more thing I would like to add, because this is a new opportunity for all of you. After introduction of IPBI, means IPC, there are opportunities for all of you. One such opportunity is the financial valuer. How many of you are aware? Because normally we are aware only of plant and machinery and land and building. But after IPC, those who are MBA finance, after having experience, they can become financial valuer. You can value the valuation of company, all those things. Good jobs are there. So after experience, you are having this opportunity. Another opportunity which I sensed and I started, and Next year I will be hanging my boots and I will be entrepreneur. And that is area of mediation. Lot of litigations across are there. So now we have started litigation through alternate litigation resolution through alternate source, that is mediation. So those who are interested in mediation, they will have a lot of opportunities. Please explore for that also. Oh, thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all dear friends. It's the time to approach the lunch. I am the privileged one of having this, my thought to be shared with you after all eminent and learned panelists sitting on left hand side to me. Thanks to Sankai sir for inviting me of being one of the panelists in this round table. To share my brief background, there are few mind-boggling and very important and great words which I have to comment on, which is economy, sectors, which are the areas of the emerging sectors and industries and the skill sets. I would not be focusing more in the deep discussion of what the topic is been given to me. I'm sorry to share that because I think I'm still in a learning phase. I have to learn a lot to comment on the topic. I'm a proud alumni of Bharati Vidyapeeth people. I passed out this institute in 2007. I got campus placed in the sector of media, which was the Kal Media Group. That was the first media house who came to the campus to select media people because they were in a stage to launch an English daily and they want to diversify it into multimedia, like in digital media, broadcast media, apart from the regular Marathi daily which they have. जर्नी 2007 से शुरू हुई, उसके बाद तो फिर मैंने पीछे मुड़ के देखा ही नहीं. The only thing which inspired me to not to follow but to learn. और एक ही vision और maybe एक ही वो tagline था सर जिसको मैं follow करता रहा, that I remained foolish and I remained hungry. So if I had that vision of being foolish and being hungry, that inspired me a lot to reach the heights which where am I now. So today, I, Kumar Chandan Anand, I am the founder, CEO and Group Director of Adacom Media Private Limited. This is the company which I founded in the era of pandemic, in the era where the organization was shutting down, where the people were, lay off, and the situation of threat and VUCA phase was being, witnessed. I was the one who thought that this is not an opportunity of loss, but this is an opportunity of an opportunity. I gave a discussion and a thought with my co-colleague and partner who was a little bit aligned to my vision. Or I tried, can we do something in the sector which we are experienced in, which we have given a lot to the society. Is it not the time to give them back to the society? So just being an entrepreneur, we decided to be a social entrepreneur. Forget about the sectors or जो ups में थे, downs में थे, बहुत सारे sectors थे. Few sectors which we experienced during that difficult stage of the journey of our everybody's life in 2.5 years. One sector was healthcare. That sector's actually जहाँ पर सब जगह डार्क दिख रहा था, ये एक ऐसा सेक्टर था जहाँ से लाइट आ रही थी. So I was inspired and I really salute all the fighters of the healthcare and the wellness industry, which made this sector, which actually gave this sector life and strength and vision. कि भाई थम जाओ, अभी take a break, take a pause, बंद मत करो. We are coming back and we are coming with a bang. The second sector is education sector. मतलब क्या दिया इस एजुकेशन सेक्टर ने? It has actually opened the doors of opportunity. Physical बंद हुआ तो digital open हो गया. So with all the digital opportunities, and I salute to the edtech companies who experienced and who entered into this sector and gave the opportunity कि भाई अगर black boards नहीं तो white boards तो है, smart boards तो है, Zoom है, Microsoft Teams है. Every small child got an opportunity to play with the mouse, to play with the laptops and the new gadgets. With this came the opportunity of learning, came the opportunity of new way of assessing your learning and a new way of giving examination. Multi-skilling जो approach है ये हमने सीख लिया. So skilling, reskilling and upskilling that this pandemic has taught us. किसी भी sector में रहो आप. I'm giving a kind of example to all the sectors which we are into. And every sector is now, which I feel and experience, is connected with the technology and innovations. तो बिना टेक्नोलॉजी और इनोवेशन के कोई भी सेक्टर, चाहे वो पब्लिक में हो या प्राइवेट में हो, it has disrupted the society like anything. And which again teaches, as I showed you, that again, please write this down. You have to skill yourself, you have to reskill yourself, and you have to upskill yourself. जब तक आप iPhone 13 लेते हो, पता चलता है iPhone 14 आ गया है, फिर आप एक बात उसमें चले जाते हो फेज में कि यार थोड़ा इंतजार कर लेता तो मे बी ये टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेड वर्जन ले लेता. So technology is just on the click of mouse. Please keep all your senses open. Every sector has an equal and great opportunity to work. मैंने जब अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खोली, like I am just 1.5 year old organization. अभी हमारा लास्ट इवेंट एक बैंगलोर में हुआ था, where we celebrated the first a proud year of our anniversary. And guys, मेरा कोई फिजिकल ऑफिस नहीं है. Am I clear? मेरा कोई फिजिकल ऑफिस नहीं है, मेरा एक वर्चुअल ऑफिस है. फिर भी बोलता हूँ, वहीं से हवा, धूप, पानी, एनर्जी सब उसी एक कॉर्नर से मेरे आता है. And that energy has given me a lot of vibration. जो मेरे bosses ने मेरे साथ में किया, I was blessed with many good bosses. I have actually worked with more than 10 organizations, and I keep a very good rapport with all my bosses, all my managers in that organizations. किसी ने मुझे organization जाने से रोका नहीं. Everybody inspired me because उनका मैं अच्छा ही करके गया था. If they had given me a target of X, I have given them a target of 2X. मैंने वो बोला कि सर ये क्या है? There is a lot of opportunity. Can't we go there? सकाल में जब this was a Marathi daily. Learning, staying in the organization of this in Maharashtra, I tried to learn Marathi. This is my Karma Bhumi. Or from here only I thought I should open the head office in Pune and my branch and my regional office is in Delhi. So currently we have 12 people working from Pan India. I don't have a small office representing a city, a state or a region. I want to be a world office, and it is only possible through my website www.artofmedia.com. So, and all my employees are the proud employees who are working from 12 different cities of India: Dehradun, Rishikesh, Bhubaneswar, Mumbai, Pune, Satara. ऐसे cities से कोलकाता मेरे employees यहाँ पर काम कर रहे हैं. And I gave them the opportunities. Or in fact, my selection process was very serious and very sensitive, sir. जिन लोगों को उनके टारगेट्स की वजह से निकाला गया था, मैंने उन्हीं लोगों को हायर किया और वो जॉब दिया जिसमें वो काबिल. नॉट दैट कि तुझे ये टारगेट दिया गया तो तुम वो करो. आप जिस चीज़ की काबिल हो, मैंने आपकी काबिलियत समझी, आपका 1 इंटरव्यू किया, 2 इंटरव्यू किया, 3 इंटरव्यू किया और मैंने फिर आपको सेलेक्ट किया. एंड नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ यू आर डिमांडिंग ऑफ ए बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट एग्जीक्यूटिव. आई वांट टू गिव यू अ पोजीशन ऑफ ए डिजिटल मार्केटिंग. यू वांट टू डू दैट. अरे सर, दिस आई वांटेड टू डू बट आई डिडंट हैव एनी experience. अरे तुम्हारे पास spark तो है. You have a hunger to learn. So again, are you foolish? Yes sir. Are you hungry? Yes sir. Do you have a learning ability? Yes sir. You are high. That's it. कब ज्वाइनिंग के लिए आना है? बस सुबह 9 बजे उठ जाना, वही तुम्हारे ज्वाइनिंग का टाइम है. You don't have to travel all along. Stay with your family. Stay with your friends. Do whatever earning you are doing is for whom? For the society. Later. First for the family. So अगर आप घर पे बैठे मुझे मेरे टारगेट्स अचीव हो रहे हैं तो फिर why I am taking a pain of even me also coming to office and you also coming to office and then judging you कि भाई तू 9:30 बजे क्यों आया जब तुझे 9 बजे आना था. You are not fit for our organization. This is not the criteria of selecting your So as many of us sir ने कितने सारे लोगों का एग्जांपल दिया. They have not reach the heights because of the education. मैंने बहुत कुछ लिखा था, but जब मैं flow में चला गया तो then I started discussing my own life and experience. So I was just disaligned with the topic of. I'm so sorry to do that. But again, I'm here to where all these learning people are actually giving you a knowledge about the sectors, which is very important. I'm just here to tell you that I was one at that side of the table. And I was listening the guest over here who was just speaking and giving us guidelines. So again, just as please be a good listener. And stay foolish and please be hungry. Hungry to what? Hungry to everything. Hungry to multi-skill. Hungry to, multi-excel. Not in one sector. जब मैंने एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ओपन किया, या सर आप भी एग्री करेंगे कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ओपन करता है, इट्स नॉट दैट आई हैव डन एन एमबीए, इज दैट कि मुझे वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन आता है, मुझे वो मैनेजमेंट आता है. आई वाज हंग्री टू मैनेज द थिंग्स, आई वाज हंग्री टू एडमिनिस्टर द थिंग. जब पापा काम करने नहीं आते थे तो मैं वो काम करके देता था, जब मम्मी नहीं आती थी तो मैं रोटी बनाता था. एंड बिलीव मी दैट मेरी रोटी मम्मी की रोटी से ज़्यादा गोल बनती थी और ज़्यादा फूली बनती थी. बिकॉज मैं इंस्पायर था, मैं हंग्री था. आई लर्न टू कुक एवरीथिंग. और ये पैंडेमिक के टाइम में तो लॉकडाउन में तो पता नहीं कितने लोगों को शेफ बना दिया, कितने लोगों को सिंगर बना दिया, कितने लोगों को पता नहीं क्या क्या बना दिया जो उनको शायद लॉकडाउन से पहले बन जाना चाहिए था. बट देन दे रियलाइज थैंक्स टू लॉकडाउन बिकॉज ऑफ विच आई इंस्पायर्ड एंड आई डेयर टू बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. नहीं तो शायद मैं और किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किसी VP, GM या नेक्स्ट टू CEO पोजीशन पे रहता. लेकिन रतन टाटा के अलावा कोई दूसरा नाम जो आप जानते हो टाटा में? मुकेश अंबानी के बाद का शायद दूसरा नाम जो जानते हो आप रिलायंस में? इंस्पायर्ड टू बी दैट. और कोई बुरा नहीं है किसी को फॉलो करना. जस्ट लर्न दैट एंड ट्राई टू सी दैट कि वो 10 खूबियाँ फ्रॉम माई फुट टू हेड वो कौन सी खूबी है जिसमें मैं एक्सेल कर सकता हूँ. मैं राइटिंग में, सिंगिंग में, गले में, डांस में, इवन व्हाट यू सी आजकल चैनल्स डांस की वजह से चल रहे हैं. इट्स नॉट about the producers who have put money. It's because of those skilled dancers who are making us entertained and entertained and entertained. And then it is again parallelly filled by the content. आजकल कोई भी शो सर, even the news channel show, it's not only about the content. It's about the entertainment. क्या वो एंकर entertaining था क्या? तो फिर मजा है. नहीं तो जो टाइम्स नाउ से जाने वाला ऐसे रातों रात दूसरा चैनल खोल के इतनी पब्लिसिटी और इतने बड़े फेम में कैसे रह गया. आई एम नॉट चैलेंजिंग और क्वेश्चनिंग इन द वे ऑफ मीडिया और द काइंड ऑफ कंटेंट ही फ्लैशेस. ही वाज हंग्री टू डू व्हाटएवर ही वांटेड टू डू एंड ही इज नाउ इन द पोजीशन जहां पर वो बाकी लोगों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट दे रहा है. एंड ही इज क्रिएटिंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट इन दैट वे. सो लेट अस नॉट क्रिटिसाइज एनीबडी इन एनी फील्ड. अगर आप किसी और को क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हो तो आप अपनी 50% एबिलिटी को वहीं पर किल कर रहे हो. बिकॉज यू हैव टू सी द नेगेटिव साइड ऑफ दैट पर्सन. स्टार्ट लुकिंग टू द पॉजिटिव साइड ऑफ द पर्सन एंड स्टार्ट एज्यूमिंग दैट दिस वाटर इज हाफ फिल्ड, नॉट हाफ एम्प्टी. So with all that vision, I'm sorry sir, I was not aligned to the topic, but here I actually wanted to energize you and give a strength to you कि guys आप लोग आगे बढ़ो. There are so many things. अगर कहीं पर employment नहीं मिला तो who knows कि आप खुद employment किसी एक दिन create कर रहे होंगे. There is a very good book, बहुत पुरानी book है, Rich Dad Poor Dad. कभी मौका मिले तो पढ़ना. मुझे भी किसी senior ने बताया था. वो book पढ़ने के बाद में the thinking and the perception of looking to a life has actually drastically changed. The most important factor in today's life, which I realize now, is guys your family. Whosoever, अगर आप अभी bachelorhood पे हो तो your parents, अगर आप एक responsible position पे हो तो again your kids and your wife. This I realized when I was on the 21 days in the COVID bed, जिसमें से ICU में से 7 दिन था. I just touched the door of death and I came back. And that day when I was back to my office, मैंने अगले दिन ही resignation दिया with a good note to the person. मैंने बोला कि सर अगर मैं वहाँ पर निकल जाता तो खाली मैं VP ही पहना था. और मुझे VP से कितने लोग जानते हैं? शायद मेरे कस्टमर्स, मेरे कंज्यूमर्स, मेरे बॉसेस, मेरे कलीग. बट दिस इज नॉट द लाइफ इज हियर फॉर. एक ही लाइफ मिली है और इंसान की लाइफ मिली है. क्यों नहीं कुछ सोशल वर्क करूँ और आउट ऑफ द रूम जाके, आउट ऑफ द ब्लूम जाके डिजिटल मीडिया को क्यों नहीं एक्सप्लोर करूँ. सो जो बोल रहे हैं कि सोशल मीडिया मत करो गाइस, प्लीज सोशल मीडिया करो. कोई अगर तुम्हारा लिंक्डइन या इंस्टाग्राम छूट रहा है, ट्विटर छूट रहा है, आज बनाओ. प्लीज गो गाइस एंड मेक योर ऑल अकाउंट्स. एटलीस्ट 5 अकाउंट्स तो आपको होने ही चाहिए. कौन से? कैन आई रिपीट एंड यू विल रिपीट विद मी. लिंक्डइन पहला अकाउंट आप बनाओगे आज. फेसबुक अकाउंट बनाओगे. इंस्टाग्राम बनाओगे. ट्विटर नहीं बनाया, आज बनाओ. यूट्यूब चैनल अगर नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हो, अपना चैनल बना के दूसरों को फॉलो करो. ये 5 अकाउंट्स आज के डेट में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बिकॉज ऑल दिस 5 सोशल मीडिया चैनल्स आर एक्चुअली केटरिंग And and they are doing wonders into different sectors. Twitter का audience अलग है. You have to be very intellectual when you follow the Twitter handle. And remember, please have a different profile pictures for all these 5 accounts. क्योंकि वो 5 accounts जो है वो different categories को या sectors को target करती है. Don't put a flamboyant picture in LinkedIn. Please, go for a very smart picture in LinkedIn. Smart picture isn't, मैंने ये नहीं बोला कि जाके कल को रेमेंड्स खरीद के उसका सूट बूट पहन के. At least you should be presentable in the LinkedIn profile. Have a very decent picture in your Facebook profile. Have a very, again, a smart picture in your Twitter profile. And Instagram is again doing wonders in the sector which it is into. So have an Instagram account. Try to follow good people, good organization, good sectors. And whatever you are doing, in terms of your hobby, in your education, whatever a small achievement, try to publicize this. Be vocal. अपने बारे में अगर नहीं बोलोगे तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने आपका वो नहीं लिया हुआ बीड़ा कि एजुकेशन के साथ भी और एजुकेशन के बाद भी, है ना? एजुकेशन के साथ भी ऑर्गेनाइज इंस्टीट्यूट है, एजुकेशन के बाद भी तो आपको ही करना है. सो प्लीज बी एक्टिव इन ऑल दो सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट. मेरा अकाउंट तो सबसे पहले फॉलो करो, ardercommedia.com. My name is Chandan Anand. Please search and follow me. I'm desperate of having the followers and on my social media handles and see the kind of work which you are into. So, what I wanted to say, the sectors with Anirban Media selected was first education. So we are into education sector. Second is healthcare and wellness. This is technology and I'm enjoying it. मैंने इतने वेबिनार्स किए जहाँ पर से 5 पैनलिस्ट 3 पैनलिस्ट रहता था, 2 पैनलिस्ट रहता नहीं था. बहुत मुश्किल से उन्हीं 3 पैनलिस्ट को दोबारा सवाल पूछ के मैंने वो 1-1.5 घंटा निकाला. And this is new normal. We have not to be embarrassed or ashamed of. Let us face this thing. It is a new normal and everybody is applauding it. मेरा next event भी जो आ रहा है गुजरात में वो न्यू नॉर्मल एजुकेशन लीडरशिप समिट है. आई एम इनवाइटिंग टॉप नॉच पीपल ऑफ पैन गुजरात इन माय स्टेट. और मेरे इवेंट्स में जो गेस्ट होते हैं वो एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर होते हैं, IAS ऑफिसर्स होते हैं. सो समवेयर इन माय इवेंट्स आई एम ट्राइंग टू ब्रिज द गैप बिटवीन द इंडस्ट्री, एकेडमिया एंड गवर्नमेंट. बहुत ज़रूरी है सर. जो लोग बोलते हैं चप्पलें गिर जाती हैं, वो गवर्नमेंट नहीं मिलता है, वो IAS ऑफिसर नहीं मिलता है. उनका हर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हर एक सेक्टर में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है. दे आर द पॉलिसी मेकर्स ऑफ द सिस्टम. They are the policy makers of the society. Let us involve them in our discussion and aspiration and tell them कि खाली NEP policy जो आई है ये खाली academia ने नहीं वो लिया हुआ है बीड़ा इसको बढ़ाने के लिए. It is a shared responsibility of a teacher, of a parent, of a student and the academician with the support of the government to actually implement this national education policy. So likewise every sector. So the second is like healthcare and wellness. Third sector is human resource, HR. HR plays a very important role in every sector. किसी का एंट्री और एग्जिट का जो डोर है किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में सर आई गेस HR ही है. हम लोग तो एक लेवल तक ही उसको पुश करते हैं. बट HR इज द वन हु इज एक्चुअली सीइंग द कंडीशन ऑफ द वर्क इज गुड और नॉट, it is nice or not, is the culture being followed as per the as decided by the management, are employees following not. और अगर नहीं कर रहे हैं तो एग्जिट दिखाने से पहले उनको एक ट्रेनिंग तो दो, उनको एक गाइडेंस तो दो, उनको बताओ तो what was the vision, are you aligned with the vision of management or not, rather than just giving them the slip of no get out. वो नहीं करना चाहिए. Let us see कि उसका इंटरेस्ट किसमें आ रहा है. अगर उसको गॉसिपिंग का ही इंटरेस्ट है, there are many departments in our organization also जहाँ पर communication, writing skills की opportunity, social media की opportunity किसी को दी जा सकती है. अगर किसी भी सेक्टर में सोशल मीडिया, डिजिटल मीडिया का वो स्कोप नहीं है, आज इम्प्लीमेंट करो. मैं सबको बोल रहा हूँ, हर एक सेक्टर को, बिकॉज दिस इज द एरा, दिस इज द फेज वी हैव टू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग ऑन सोशियो डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. Gone are the days of transformation only. It is now the socio-digital transformation. आपके सिस्टम में आपको सोशल मीडिया और डिजिटल मीडिया लाना ही पड़ेगा if you have to transform in the current phase of business nowadays. प्रॉफिट की जो बात है वो मैनेजमेंट और सीनियर्स को छोड़ दो. आप तो केवल वही जॉब करो जिसमें आपका मन लगता हो. ठीक है ना? देयर आर पीपल इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हु कैन टेक केयर ऑफ इट. You cannot be solely responsible of getting the revenue. It is a shared responsibility, including the HR. Because HR is not only he is again competing with the HR of your competition. A designer is again competing with the designer of that competition. A salesperson is again competing with the salesperson of the other competition. So it is department competition versus the other competition का department competition. तो उस विजन से जाओ. And with that, I'll just end my, मैं बोलते ही जाऊँगा सर क्योंकि मैं मीडिया फील्ड से ही हूँ कि मुबारक हो उन्हें सीढ़ियाँ, ये जो सीढ़ियाँ नहीं हो, मुबारक हो उन्हें सीढ़ियाँ जिन्हें छत पर जाना है और मेरी मंजिल तो आसमां है और रास्ता मुझे खुद बनाना है. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now all the panel members, distinguished panel members, they have already shared their thoughts on valuable topic. Now it's time for the students. Now you may have certain kinds of queries in your mind, so you are allowed to ask the questions one after another. Those students who are interested in asking questions,
Good afternoon, sir. So my question is that what are the requirement you look into the one student who is pursuing management? Basic requirement.
Yeah, I think everyone has said already. The basic requirement is like as he said also, the passion you want to grow and the hunger, as he said very correctly. If we look for the hunger, how hungry you are to grow in your career or in your life, I think that drives you, or that is the main motivation for you to work hard for any organization you want to go for.
Sir, for a management student, discipline or motivation, which will be best?
Okay, discipline or motivation. If you are motivated, you will be already disciplined. Right?
Thank you, sir.
Hello. And apart from that, you should have the leadership. You should be able to take people along with you. That is management. Management is not simply issuing office orders or something. People should follow you.
Okay, sir.
Leadership qualities.
Thank you, sir.
Hello? So you talked about scope in the litigation area. What is the trigger for that, and why do you think it is expanding now, and what are the requirements to get into that area?
Because 5 years I was in stress assets resolution. So litigation, 15 years cases were there and we were fighting. So then alternate low kadan work used to be popular. So while discussing with the judges, I realized that even if I am trying very hard or judges are also trying, but during my lifetime it is not going to resolve the case. So then one trigger came, one case I came across for the resolution because I was authorized officer for recovery and it was pertaining to consortium. Consortium means 2-3 banks together and it was European court case. We lost case in High Court, we lost case in Supreme Court, then we filed case in European Court. After taking over, I realized that when my own country court could not support me, how come European court can support me? So while going through the application for the filing, I found one clause there, are you ready for the mediation option? So I immediately say I am ready for the mediation. Then naturally problem came from our law department. They said, you are not authorized for the mediation. I said, I am not going to do mediation, but I am opting for the mediation. Then they said, on your risk and responsibility, always red tape is in. So I said, okay, let it be on my risk and responsibility. Already we lost the case. And on 16th day, I got remittance of 34 crores. So that gave me motivation. Okay, mediation is powerful. I requested the judge of the European Court to mediate in the matter. They said, we are ready to pay this much. So I said, okay, something is better than zero. So that's how we started. In 2015 we started. Now we, like-minded people, we form. And mediation can be done by any person. Because normally it is our experience that there are variety of cases. So medical case cannot be adjudicated by the person who is not having any experience for the medication. Engineering, all these cases, finance, all these cases are different. So now mediation is emerging field, and we formed here one association also, and since last 5 years we are doing it pro bono for the beneficiaries of the new Mumbai landowners, because their land has been acquired by the government and they could not get the compensation, and they could not hire any lawyer also because of the cost of litigation. So we did it through our thing, and that is helping. So that's how we are propagating ahead. And now, considering our work, I am fortunate to have this opportunity. Last week only, I got opportunity from the National Consumer Forum. They have empaneled me as a mediator. So I request all the people, those who are having expertise in their own field. So suppose there is a litigation in Deccan waters. Other people are not able to appreciate that issue at all, or litigation at all. So they can resolve it outside the court. Litigation will be in time, they will save the cost, time, energy, and we will reduce the burden of the courts.
Okay. Point is that majority of the cases must be about the valuation, right?
No, cases are of different types, not simply valuation, because particularly company cases, stress assets, they say that we wanted funds in time. Bank could not provide in time. So what is the time? The time is essential. So these are all the different accounts.
Okay, I thought that's when the NBA finance guys will actually chip in. So
No. So all sort of cases, any other than criminal, all matters can be mediated, and Supreme Court is now propagating it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, last question now.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I want to know that is PSU Bank's wealth management areas also growing as private sector banks are growing in wealth management areas? Because we see only Bank of Baroda side are hiring for the wealth management or some other process on LinkedIn and or any Naukri.com. But SBI, BNP, they are all not on LinkedIn and somewhere.
My dear friend, you have not visited our website. Luckily, or incidentally you can say, I am the first person of that team which founded the financial planning and wealth management department in SBI. So, but you need to have the CFP or qualification prescribed by the NISA. And now it is renamed as SBI Wealth. So we started way back in 2009. Okay, so there is exclusive team is there, SBI Wealth. At Pune also 5 wealth hubs are there. You can visit, or I can share your their numbers also. You can meet them. Okay. Because their recruitment is lateral. There SBI Wealth is having lateral recruitment. There you are having scope. Okay.
Sir, good afternoon. So my question is about the inclusive growth. What sir mentioned that India is lacking in inclusive growth. Riches are becoming richer and poor are becoming poorer. And we also advocated the digitization of the complete economy. Aren't these both two ideas in contradiction to each other? On one end, we are talking of making the automation, making digitization, which actually shrinks the employment, and then we talk of inclusive growth. And my second question is, sir, recently, 2 days before only, Byju's have posted their numbers. They have made losses. And it's not only Byju's, most of the unicorns are posting losses. What is the reason behind this? Thank you, sir.
So, very nice question, Nisha put. See, digitalization again, it doesn't has to go alone, without a manual interference. So, it could, let me tell you that, let's use the word as physical rather than just digital or just physical. Let us use the word as physical. So physical involvement और वो जो personal touch है, along with the digitalization, see, only a laptop, only a mobile, only a mouse is just a डब्बा. उसको ऑपरेट करने के लिए you need human interference, no? और वो human interference के लिए कुछ तो पढ़ाई आपने पढ़ी होगी. You could either be skilled into a particular degree, you can do a certification course, you can do a diploma course, so that you have a basic understanding on how to operate that particular, the digital framework which you are using. Byju's की जो आपने बात की, I am not an insider, I would be, cannot comment on it, but different organizations का grow करने का और downfall होने का vision, aspiration अलग होता है. By the time anybody comes into a market, they start with a free sampling. Then they go with giving a labeling to an MRP of that organization. Then for a packaging, अगर उनका packaging, advertisement, marketing एक product के एक basic उनके cost से ऊपर चला गया, they have to recover it, और वो recovery के लिए then they have to go for VCs, funding, crowdfunding, more money coming into the business. So जितना business में पैसा आ रहा है through the investors, and because they, और फिर उसके returns में उतना ROI उसको नहीं जा रहा है ना वापस में, because of the profits which they are not making. I'm making a generalized statement not on the Byju's, but it's only because आजकल जो trend VC fundings का, crowd funding का शुरू हो गया है, because of which the startups, unicorns are hungry to get maximum money, on which because they are on the front pages or the page 3 pages or in the headlines of a newspaper कि मैं इतने billionaire, इतने million company हो गया हूँ. Actually, this money is not the hard-earned money from their product. It's the money of the investor. Just आज ना कल उनको वो returns देना पड़ेगा. If that hard-earned money is getting into advertisement, marketing, they are not making money. It's my thought of thinking. It could be a different, all game altogether. And plus, it is now becoming a very good trend कि जब तक investor आपके office में 100 से 200 का हरा भरा crowd नहीं देखता है, आपको वो fund नहीं करता है. So केवल उनको इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए आप स्किल, नॉन स्किल, मिडिल स्किल हर लोगों को आप हायर तो कर लेते हो, बिकॉज दे आर वर्किंग इन वन ऑफ योर कॉम्पिटिशन, और जब थोड़े से प्राइस टैग के ऊपर में नाउ दे आर विथ यू, आपने उसकी स्क्रूटनी की नहीं की है कि व्हाई यू हायर दिस पर्सन. सो इट्स अ नॉन हायरिंग प्रोसेस, नॉट रिलायबल हायरिंग प्रोसेस. आपने सही से रेफ चेक नहीं किया, यू जस्ट वेंट ऑन इम्प्रेसिंग योर इन्वेस्टर्स, and now you are not into a good shape because of the business जिसको market में actually penetrate करना चाहिए था, because of the staff and the management decision. It's joint.
And another major reason, because whatever I have witnessed, I would like to share with you, that their business model is good from their own perspective, but they don't have the backup of the market's potential. Because people do not guess this. Like management association, Pune Management Association is there. How many entrepreneurs are contacting them? They are having database on the basis of the actual figures, but nobody considers. People approach PSU banks. When we reject the proposal, people say that आपको तो पता है नहीं, आप इंजीनियर नहीं, आपको क्या पता चले. हमें पता इतना ही चलता है कि करोड़पति से करोड़पति आदमी कैसे हो जाए. So please use that wisdom. So financial literacy is crucial. So that's why we have started program. 2 years back we conducted a program at our SDRT. Incidentally, we are having one training institute here, which is 50 years old. So we conducted program finance for the non-financial people. So likewise, if we go for that, then it will help. Failure is not wrong, but again, regaining from that failure is most crucial. And that is not happening. That's why gap is wide. People start their journey with enthusiasm, but in between, they lose.
Good afternoon, sir. Well, I have 2 questions. So, if I'm setting up my business, what should be the percentage of profit for my business to grow? And what are we supposed to do if my business is not going and the things are not going on my way.
There is no thumb rule for the prophet. As he said, you should be hungry. So what is your hunger for profit? For NGO, there is no question of profit. Satisfaction is their profit. But financials are essential. So minimum, what we say that break even has to be there. Apart from that, if you are able to have 25%, thumb rule I am just sharing from the financial planning perspective. If you are able to generate 25% revenues, you will be able to have the sustainable growth. Over a period of time, you can enhance, but minimum you should have a plan for that. This is. What is your another question?
I was asking what are we supposed to do if things are not going on our way?
You have to take proper decision to shut down that business and switch over to new business. That is only the way. Because no business is bad. But you have to think of the market. What is the potential in the market? And we have to go for the reality check. For example, I always tell my colleagues, I am also having dancing skills. But how much my YouTube channel will fetch followers considering my dancing skills? That reality check who will give? My own friends. यार तू कहाँ उधर डांस कर रहा है? तू थोड़ी अमिताभ बच्चन है, छोड़ दे, तू थोड़ी गोविंदा है. So they will give me feedback. So you have to be very receptive for the feedback, even by your close friends. They will give you, and you should be able to do what is your skill set. Make SWOT analysis of our own. The skill set that you are excelling, that will help you in any business.
I'd just like to add here, don't do the business based on the expectations. Do the business based on the feedback. And that's why I talked about the experiments. Do the experiment with the least cost and maximum feedback. Then you are able to pivot as well. Because if you invest a lot, time and efforts and money, and then you want to pivot, perhaps there could be much resistance from the others as well, including your family. So it's best to do it as an experiment, as I mentioned, with the least cost, but then with an eye over the feedback to be obtained to move into the right direction.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. So, as a finance student, I want to know that what are the skills or knowledge we do require right now to enter into a fintech industry right now? Sorry? Sir, I'm not getting your voice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What skill sets are required for capital market are going to be different than marketing. Banking services. Maybe insurance sector requires altogether different skill sets. So your skill sets will undergo the change based on your specialization, based on the category of the sector which you are choosing for. It is not uniform. Common thing is only one. You should have a dedication, you should have a discipline, you should be a hard worker, and you always should be ambitious and positive.
For fintech companies, I'm just adding to Sanju because she is having a special question about the fintech.
Yes.
And fintech is emerging field, so you should have analytical skills.
Yes.
This is the first thing. Secondly, you should be at least well versed with the technology. I don't say that you should be expert in technology, but well versed with the technology. And thirdly, you should be able to have the out-of-box thinking, because fintechs are working like that. As a banker, we never thought that Google will come as a Google Pay in our space. Why those came? Because of their out-of-box thing. So with your analysis and feedback, you can just able to find out, okay, this is the opportunity, and that you can tap. In fintech company, that's why now all banks, including our banks, we are collaborating with the fintech. Because you are having out-of-box idea, and that idea works, and that's how we are able to go for the financial inclusion. We could not open so many branches pan-India, but due to fintech only, this reputation could take place. Now we are able to go for it. So fintech, please go ahead, it is emerging.
Thank you, sir.
So any questions now? Should we stop it now?
It's a snap question to sir. Sir, how can we contact Pune Management Association? Is there any forum through which we can contact you? And are there any alternative forums where young budding ideas which students get, they can be contacted, where they can be guided, and are there any charges for it?
Well, we have already had the memorandum of understanding with this institute, and we have Shri Rahul Joshi, okay, from Pune Management Association, who is taking care of the interaction between Pune Management Association and this institute. There is a students chapter as well. So through this, everything is possible, including the guidance with respect to any specific issues as well. Apart from that, the faculty members are as well encouraged to be a part of Pune Management Association by taking the membership. You are requested to visit our website punemanagement.org.in, wherein you will find the way how to get the membership, etc. And please reach us. So our office is located at Shivaji Nagar, and then you may please find the contact numbers, etc. over there, and then please reach. Thank you. Thanks for your interest.
So, I am Manu Kumar from Bajaj Finserv, and as to answer the question, I would like to add you up, sir. So, as I was working on a project we were having is UPI payments. We are coming as Bajaj Pay now, and we are second in the market, mean just behind PhonePe. We have surpassed Google Pay, just behind PhonePe. So, as what I have learned during the journey working on this project is the adaptability. When you want to enter into any industry or into any kind of product, and specifically it is fintech, so you need to be adaptable to it. The more you get adaptable, the more learn about it, and you are able to answer the queries of the customers. You know where customer will start, and if you get it resolved, you are a better person to give satisfaction to the customer, and customer will directly come to you. They'll join your platform. So what we have found in Google Pay, that they were having a payment gateway which actually gets stuck most of the time when it heavy traffic time, or say during those time it get maximum transaction failures. So we have solved that problem with our gateway survey, which we are also using a third party survey, payment gateway, but we have using our technologies, our fintech technologies, we are getting a better gateway where we are resolving very good in a good way. And one more question to you, sir. As you said that big players cannot be lean and agile. So we are now entering into payments, and I am part of the project. Bajaj Finserv is entering into payments now. We are coming up with a machine, or say like FineLab is working. Okay, so what we have seen that within just 12 days, we have executed our project, implemented on various stores, and stores like Reliance Digital, Infinity Retail, Chromas, and Vijay Sales are using our machines now, payment machines. And what I think, as sir had added to that, that automation can make these big players move faster and quick. In my views, it is a better team. If you are having a better team, a taste of all the players can make a big organization move at a quick pace. So, what's your views on it?
Well, I won't take much time. It's I'm closing time for the panel discussion, but I would just like to add, if the structure is flexible and if the decision making is given to where the information is, then most probably the way you have got the success, it's already in agile structure. So if that is the case, then even the big giants, which become a kind of cluster of small organizations, and then that's why then the big organizations can as well become agile. So that's the crux of it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So, we must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our lives. Thank you so much all the expert panel members on the dais today. Mr. Puneet Raman, Mr. Chandan Anand, Mr. Prashant Kun, Mr. Prashad Barje, Mr. Sudhir Gaikwad, and Dr. Sankai for moderating. Thank you for all your valuable inputs today. Looking forward to have you again in the future. Thanks a lot. I request all the guests to proceed for the lunch in IIPS.